Hello and welcome to the JB&M Sports Fanatic channel. What's good with you? And so here we go here for the kickoff between the Carolina Panthers and the New England Patriots. So both of these teams last year, obviously we get it, didn't have the years that they wanted here, but they both got young quarterbacks here that they're going to want to continue to see. And I'm not just talking about the starters here, but especially for the New England Patriots here, they have to figure out how is this depth chart going to play out. For Carolina, they've got a bundle of running backs in which they're going to want to see how these guys look here. So there's a lot of positions to keep your eyes out for. Offensively for the Patriots, definitely got to keep an eye out for a bunch of the receivers they have. How is this depth chart going to play out? Who is the one receiver here in this offense, the two, the three? There's a lot of questions there, and we're going to see how this looks here. But starting off right now with the Carolina Panthers, starting off on their own 26-yard line here in the shotgun. They've got three receivers, one tight end, one back. And so here we go. Gets the first play of the game, and it's a handoff to the back. And he's going to take it to about the 30-yard line before his forward progress gets stopped there. And that's Mike Boone gets the first carry of the game there, again, out of the shotgun formation. So now we're looking at 2nd and 7 from the Carolina 29-yard line. Looking at this Patriots defense here, and hey, the Patriots, they may not have brought in any real key free agents, but they did spend a lot of money on their own talent, particularly on the defensive side of the ball. So let's see how this defense looks. A lot of young guys there and guys that are up and coming here defensively. 2nd and 7 coming up. Shotgun here. Receiver goes in motion. Again, three receivers, one tight end, one back. 1 second on the play clock. Barely gets that one off. Throws it, and that is incomplete. And that is Plummer with the pass. And so I believe that is the son of Jake Plummer right there, quarterbacking. Again, no Bryce Young tonight for Carolina. They opted not to play him. So we're going to get to look and see what Plummer can do. So we've got Joe Brown here in the chat. And he says, "Hi, Josh. Let's go Panthers." So we've got Joe rooting for the Panthers here. And so shotgun, 3rd and 7. Defense sends 4. Oh, gets him from behind. He just reached a hand out and grabbed him for the sack, and that was Dietrich Wise Jr. getting there for the sack. And man, I hope that carries over to the regular season. But what a big time play that was, because you look off of that left tackle there, and at first I thought, well, if his quarterback helps him out here and tries to step up, maybe you could avoid that there. But excellent job there by Dietrich Wise there. Save some of that for the regular season. Again, at 6'8", 280 pounds, 30 years old, his 8th year in the league. Carolina goes 3 and out and will have to punt the ball. Let's see if we get a return here by the Patriots. Catch it from his own 32. Got to make somebody miss. And, oh, excellent tackle there by Carolina to bring him down. He's going to lose a yard on that return. And that was Jalen Reagor there with the return. And again, it looks like, is it raining, it looks like? And again, Jacoby Brissett's going to be quarterback 1 right now for the New England Patriots. And so again, you may have remembered a while back when he was actually drafted by the Patriots out of North Carolina. He was highly recommended by Bill Parcells when he came into the league. And now from their own 30-yard line, the Patriots with the football for the first time offensively. Receiver goes in motion, and they hand it to the back off the right side. Stiff arm somebody, still running before he goes out of bounds there. And that's Ramondre Stevenson there with the carry. Picks up 11 yards there. Hope to see a lot of that this season. All right, so Brissett up under center. Takes the snap, dropping back, looking, throws it. Oh, off the hands of his tight end right there, and that is Mitchell Wilcox there, the intended tight end. And that's the play right there. I get it. It's raining, but the ball touches you right there on the hands there. I get it might have been a little high, but you're a tight end. You got to make that catch there. But yeah, you can see the rain coming down. 2nd and 10 for the New England Patriots. Shotgun formation this time. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. Gets the snap. Defense sending forward. Brissett looking. Brissett has time. Brissett throws one up there. And oh, that's going to be incomplete. Tyquan Thornton was the intended receiver there. Kind of underthrew him there, but I like the fact that there was a lot of air up under the ball on that one. But you got to put it more in front. Tyquan Thornton is the kind of guy that's got that speed. And as you can see, he had to slow down and try to make a play on the ball there. Lucky for the DB, no pass interference there because he was able to turn around and locate the football. But now we've got 3rd and 10 for the Patriots from their own 41-yard line. All right, so 3rd and 10, again from their own 41-yard line. Can they get the first? Offensive line has to give him time. He steps up. He's looking. He's moving. Still moving. Just throws this one away. And so that's going to bring up 4th down there. So first drive there, kind of similar to Carolina, stalls out early. They did pick up 1 first down on the ground with Ramondre Stevenson, but other than that, they will end up punting the ball. And again, you think about that first pass attempt he had where he threw it to the tight end, Wilcox, and that's a catch you got to make if you're the tight end, all by himself there. All right, let's see if the Patriots can pin them within the 20 here. Punts on the way. Caught at his own 15-yard line. And oh, nice tackle there. Brings him down at about the 23-yard line. And that is where Carolina will take over with the football for their second offensive possession of the game. Let's see which offense can get going. But hey, it's raining out there. Guys are competing hard. That's what you expect from a preseason game. Let's see what happens here. Obviously, these guys, they're tired of going against themselves here. So this is the first time they're actually getting to do an actual live game here. So expect for there to be a lot of things to work on. But we'll see how this one continues to play out. And again, so far in this one, both teams have had the football once. Neither quarterback able to complete a pass so far in this one. Again, for Carolina, Bryce Young did not start this game there, so they did not have their starting quarterback to start this one. But they've got Jack Plummer, the son of Jake Plummer, out there quarterbacking for Carolina. So really a chance for Carolina to get a good look at him in this one. Meanwhile, since we are at the commercial, perfect time for JB to come through and put up the poll question of the day. See how this one works out. And I've got the perfect poll question in mind. Kenneth, what's good with you? Kenneth says, hey, Mr. JB, how are you doing tonight? I am doing great, Kenneth. And you say you're doing good. We'll subscribe to your friend's channel and we'll subscribe to your channel. I appreciate that. Yes, I appreciate that. All right, I've got the perfect poll question. Phoenix, do my eyes deceive me? The great Phoenix is here. Phoenix says, what's poppin', JB? My man with mic skills. Appreciate that. Yes. I'm getting the poll question up right now, but Phoenix, talk to me. How is everything going with you? How has your summer been? All right, so here we go for Carolina. And again, this is Jack Plummer quarterback in here for Carolina. He got the start tonight. No Bryce Young. Feeds it to the back off the left guard there and brought down in the backfield. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage if we're being generous here, but Mike Boone gains nothing on that one. He's got 2 carries tonight so far for 3 yards. And Mike Boone, he's the kind of guy that, hey, if your team starting running back goes down, you're looking for a Mike Boone that can go in there, probably get you a good 60-something yards, and just, be effective. He has spurts where he goes out there and he runs hard. That's one thing I can say about Mike Boone. So certainly someone that adds more depth to your roster. That's for sure. All right, poll question should be up. Be sure to go ahead and let JB know, who do you think is going to win more games this season? The Patriots or the Panthers? Meanwhile, an incomplete pass there from Jake Plummer towards Terrence Marshall, the intended receiver. And now we're looking at a 3rd-and-long situation. Again, neither quarterback so far in this one has been able to complete a pass. It's wet out there. It's slick. Defenses are playing hard there. But some of these passes are just going right through the receiver's hands so far in this one. Kenneth says, what's for dinner tonight? And so, Kenneth, that is an excellent question there. You can't go wrong with a little bit of grilled chicken. Can't go wrong with grilled chicken and some veggies. 3rd and 10. Jake looking. Jake throws it. And yet another incompletion that seems to bobble off the hands of the receiver here. I don't know who's playing better coverage right now, the defense or the weather, but man, these are some catches you just got to make, especially if you're trying to prove yourself on this team. The offensive line gave him enough time. And that's Jonathan Mingo. That's a guy that you expect big things from this season. So, big drop there. 4th down coming up, and we'll see if they can pin him deep. Phoenix says fishing and more fishing, sitting at the top half for season. And so, bet. All right, punting it. He's going to catch it from his own 28, and he's lucky he held on to that ball there. With the weather being slick, he's lucky he held on to that. And that was KJ Osborne that time on the return. So the first time it was Jalen Rieger. So they're trying to give these guys a different look to see who's going to be the returner here. Again, KJ Osborne coming over from the Minnesota Vikings there. So I am very intrigued with his development. I believe he'll be our 3rd receiver overall for the Patriots. And it'll be nice to see if he does return some punts for us. And again, right now, currently at the commercial here, when you think about the Carolina Panthers, obviously Bryce Young, he's out so far in this one. I believe Andy Dalton is suffering with a injury. He was listed as questionable so far, so nothing too major there. But again, Andy Dalton still with this squad. And then guys like, Xavier Leggett, he was listed as questionable in this one. Jonathan Brooks, that injury with Jonathan Brooks, ended up, holding my breath with him. But he'll miss a couple weeks of the regular season. But hopefully when he comes back, he'll be 100% for the Carolina Panthers. Again, Jonathan Brooks, the rookie coming from the University of Texas, very effective. And I expect big things for him at the NFL level. I thought it was a steal where Carolina got him for. And I think he's exactly what they can use in this backfield to pair with a guy like Bryce Young. Let's see. Kenneth says, what are my thoughts on the Olympics so far? I'll tell you what, Kenneth. I'll start with the like the basketball Olympics and stuff like that. That was quite the scare earlier today for the U.S. Olympics team, but they were able to pull through. And although they've had to come through in the clutch quite a few times and stuff like that, still looking at favorites there. Swimming is always one of my favorites to watch. That track and stuff like that. So far I have thoroughly enjoyed it and stuff like that. I really have. So, and then you gotta love the little storylines that typically take place. Again, and let's see. Phoenix says Olympics, USA women's soccer going for gold. You bet your bottom dollar they are, Phoenix. Absolutely. Meanwhile, we've got 4 votes in the poll so far, and so 3 for Carolina, 1 for the Patriots, and so okay. Speaking of the Patriots, so it looks like they're going to go ahead and let Drake May get in here. So Jacoby Brissett didn't get a completion. He was 0 for 3, went out there, and that was basically it. But that had to be the plan, that the Patriots had to just go out there and get him out there for a series. And, hey, we're going to get to see our first look at Drake May here. Tough sledding because these receivers are dropping passes left and right with this rain. But here we go, 1st and 10 from our own 29-yard line. Gonna feed it to the back. The back shakes off of one guy. Might have picked up a yard there. And that is Antonio Gibson coming over from the Washington Commanders. And so RC, what's good with you? The ever-changing name. What's good with you? And RC says, yo, my boy JB in full effect. Is that you for real in real time? If so, then salute. And so, yes, it is JB. I mean, we can't talk Patriots without talking JB, right? So, absolutely. But man, how have you been? Meanwhile, speaking of Patriots here, already a 5-yard penalty here. They're already rubbing JB the wrong way here. JB needs to see some positive stuff here, but we're moving literally in the wrong direction. Let's see. RC says, welcome back, Brett. And so, I mean, if we talk RC, we got to talk CC. We got to talk Caitlin Clark. And let me know, man, how has it been in terms of the transformation for your channel covering Caitlin now in the WNBA? And what has been your thoughts so far about Caitlin Clark? We'll start there. All right, 2nd and 14. Shotgun here. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. It's a draw play. And Gibson picks up 2 yards there on the play. So now we've got ourselves a 3rd and long situation here. One would think that we'll finally get to see Drake May attempt the pass here, 3rd and 12. Ideally, you'd like to make the circumstances a little bit easier for your quarterback's first pass attempt, but let's see how he does. SCRC says, I've had this name longer than expected than any other name. And so that's commitment. That's commitment. Tell me this. I imagine that you're still going to be very in tune with the Iowa Hawkeyes this season and stuff like that. Meanwhile, a screenplay. Can he get the first? He does get the first. Let's go. Let's go. So Drake May completes his first pass there of the game to Antonio Gibson there for 13 yards on the catch on a screenplay. So they ran it with him. Then they did a draw with Gibson, and then they threw it to him. And that time he put in that effort. It might be the preseason, but good luck telling him that. He went out there and got that first. So now fresh new set of downs here for the Patriots. And let's see if we can keep this drive going. RC says Caitlin started slow, but then she picked up steam. She's very much in this rookie of the year race. And so I agree, and I'll touch on that after this play. But from the Patriots 40-yard line, play fake. May looking, throws it, incomplete, incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up. Got me a little excited there. I saw the little play fake there, saw him wind up there. And so, but we'll see what he does next. But yeah, I feel like what contributed to Caitlin starting off slow had a lot to do with simply just fatigue. You know, completing an entire college season, you don't have a lot of time to rest before you start, you know, in the WNBA. So I think fatigue played a role. But then when she was able to get just a little bit of time off, we saw the difference. Meanwhile, Gibson back to the line of scrimmage. He might have actually lost a yard on the play. He's got 3 carries for 2 yards, and now once again a 3rd and long situation. And the rain is coming down for sure. Oh, Juju Smith-Schuster. I almost forgot we had him. All right, 3rd and 10. Gets the snap here. Throws it to the back. It's caught. But can he make 2 people miss? Absolutely not. But he's going to pick up 6 yards in the process. Tackled by Dane Jackson and Richardson. 4th down coming up, 4th and 5 for the Patriots 45-yard line. And this drive was 6 plays for 16 yards and about 3 minutes and 12 seconds off the clock here in the first quarter with about 7 minutes and 40 seconds left to go. We're still tied 0-0, looking to see who's going to get the first points of the game. And Drake May so far in this drive, 2 of 3 for 19 yards. Let's see. RC says, JB, I watched some of the Hall of Fame game last week. And so did you? I was a little disappointed we didn't get to finish it, but I understand. But hey, it was very entertaining. It was very entertaining. And yet another commercial here. Again, first quarter, 7 minutes and 21 seconds to go in this one. And in terms of passing, the only quarterback that has a completion that has played so far is Drake May. Again, Jacoby Brissett got the start. QB1, he was 0 for 3 out there. And it wasn't all his fault. I mean, he had a couple passes, especially that first pass he threw to the tight end, Wilcox, where he just went off the man hand and stuff like that. Rainy conditions, I guess. Wilson is like, he's not the first or second tight end option. So I believe he's tight end 3. He just got the start. But that's still a play he's got to make. But other than that, Brissett's night is done already. But Drake May, 2 of 3 for 19 yards. And on the ground, the leading rusher is Ramondre Stevenson. He's got 1 carry for 11 yards. Mike Boone is leading right now for the Carolina Panthers. He's got 2 carries for 3 yards. Let's see. RC says watching Caitlin go from the Iowa Hawkeyes to the WNBA was a heck of an adjustment. You say for a minute there you were worn out, back all the hate and backlash and mess. Plus he wasn't. You say you wasn't ready when she left Iowa for good, and so I know, right? You hate when that happens. Like it's the perfect dynamic. I mean, oh man, just the last couple years in general was just great. But at least when it comes to the women's college hoops, you can actually grow to admire some of the players there while they're in college because they're typically around, for some time. Whereas when it comes to the men's side, they're gone after a year if they're good, or either they're transferring to the transfer portal, all that stuff. So you don't really get as attached when it comes to men's college hoops in comparison. RC says, here's somewhat of a shocker, JB. Ever since Caitlin hit the WNBA, I've probably been doing more Iowa content than Caitlin and the Fever content. Wow. You said Caitlin talk was burning you out. You had to pace yourself. I understand that. Meanwhile, running it off the right side there, and that's going to be a pickup of 6 yards there on the end around there for Jonathan Mingo. Again, he's a guy that if they're going to take that next step, they need guys like Mingo. They need guys like Jonathan Brooks. They need guys like, I think Sanders at the tight end is a great addition as well. The combination of him, Tommy Tremble, and stuff like that. You start to get some pieces. Xavier Levitt didn't mention him and stuff like that. Plus, you got the veteran Adam Thielen. So you got some pieces for Bryce to take that step this year if the offensive line can help him. And that's a big if. Meanwhile, Jack looking. Oh man, they might as well call him Jack in a box because he wasn't going nowhere, buddy. Wasn't going nowhere. This time it was Austin. This time it was Farms actually that got back there for the sack on that play. And that time they tried to play action, and I mean, 61 got beat, and the help couldn't help because the help was helping somebody else. But that's what I like to see from the defense. They're getting after it. I just need the offense to match the intensity. And that was Jeremiah Farms Jr., second year in the league, 27 years old. But man, when you make plays like that, you'll see even more time on the field. All right, let's see. RC says, "Oh, what helped me, JB, was I started watching a lot more other WNBA players and teams and not focusing on Caitlin and the Fever solely, but you're still, aboard, just not as fixated." And so I got you. I got you. I got you. And you know what? That's good for the league. Honestly, that's what they really wanted. Caitlin brings in more audience, but once they're here, they're like, well, these other players, they're very good. They're very good. So that is definitely helping them. Meanwhile, I failed to mention that it was actually a fumble on the play recovered by the Patriots, and so at the 7 yard line, we gotta score, right? We've got to score. Meanwhile, our poll is still the same, so don't forget to cast your vote if you haven't done so already, and let JB know who do you think is going to win more games this season, the Patriots or the Panthers. Let's see. RC says what channel this game is on, and so this is on NFL Network. NFL Network. I believe most of the preseason coverage is NFL Network. So yeah, that's the channel that this one's on. Of course, your boy has it on YouTube TV, but yeah, it's on NFL Network. But yeah, there's a lot of young pieces on this Carolina team that if they can just gel and get together and stuff like that, and I think it's going to start and finish with this offensive line because last year, Bryce Young, I mean, he was hanging on by a thread out there because he was just getting knocked around. I mean, it felt like having him into one of those 1990 type of dryers that's just going insane and stuff like that in the pocket. So if you give him more time, I believe Bryce can definitely shine and do much better. But it's going to be up to him also to look deeper than what he was doing before. All right, so as you watch that replay there, it looks like that ball. I don't know. That's close to call. JB can't call it. It's really close. Let's see. RC says women's and men's USA basketball has been boring you out of your shoes. You say even when they're behind in games, you've got no fear. Man. Oh man. All right, so it looks like that fumble was overturned, so it's going to be Carolina still with the football. They avert disaster there, but they are still shooting themselves in the foot. No Plexico Burris, but yeah, that's going to back them up a couple yards there. Third and 17 coming up. All right, so third and forever. Let's see if they do a draw play, maybe. I would think that they probably would do a draw play, but let's see. And yep, JB called it, and he's going to pick up 4 yards on the play. Excellent job there by the defense. I like what I'm seeing by the defense here. I do like it. But what I want to see more offense by the Pats here. But we got 6 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Fourth down coming up. This should give us good field position. Let's see. RC says, even today's game versus Serbia, you was like, Serbia ain't going to win. Jack Blimp. You s- You're an Rhodes Scholar, but you can't be fooled. You say women's and men's teams got this, and so yes, it's all the only pressure is just the pressure if you're one of those players and it's like, hey, we can't lose. We win, we're supposed to win. But if we go out there and lose, what are they doing? What well, it could have been better field position, but we'll take it. We'll take it. So I believe that'll be like the 48-yard line the Patriots take over from. And just like that, looks like Drake May's night is done. So we got one drive from Jacoby Brissett. We got one drive from Drake May. And so now we're going to see Bailey Zappe go out there. Wow, we're just running through quarterbacks then, aren't we? I guess they really want to take a look at Zappe and also Milton later on. All right, but here we go from their own 48-yard line. Two tight ends on the play. Going to hand it to the back and the back up the middle, and he's going to pick up 2 yards on the carry. Again, that is still Gibson in there. 4 carries for 4 yards. Gibson coming over from the Commanders. As the RC says, JB, put it to you like this. Men's and women's USA team basketball teams equals Harlem Globetrotters, their opponents, the Washington Generals. No, he did not. He did not. Let's see, RC says he voted Patriots, or at least he thinks so. Well, I appreciate that. Throws it. Complete it. and gets brought down immediately. I gotta get used to not cringing when I see the number one because I'm used to seeing Devontae Parker with number one. So every time I see number one, I cringe. But now I gotta get excited because that is the rookie Jalen Pork there, our second round pick. So expecting big things from him. But now we got a 3rd and 5 situation. Again, Zappe picked up 5 yards. So let's see if we can get us the first down with 4 minutes and 13 seconds to go. Gets the snap, looking, throws it. And oh, what a nice completion there. He got it in there for a first down. And my man Jalen, he knows what he's doing out there. Moving the chains on back-to-back catches. He's got 2 catches there for 10 yards. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left to go here in the first quarter of play. Again, both teams are currently scoreless right now. Again, Bailey Zappe took over from Mac Jones last year. He says, don't forget about me. Multiple tight ends on the play. Zappe dropped it, picked it up, moving around. He's going to run. And then he's going to slide about 3 yards shy of that first down marker. So way to turn what would have been a bad play into a positive play there. And he says that was on him. And that time, I get it. The play started off kind of funky there, so my man just got it and took off. Let's see, RC says he debated using his real first name as a YouTube channel along with something basketball related, but decided you don't want nobody that could possibly be possibly crazy knowing you that well. I understand there's some crazy people out there, RC. There are some real crazy people out there. Look at that. False start. When things are looking good, something has to happen. Backs him up 5 yards. We just don't like doing things the easy way. So now that's going to negate most of that run there. Backs him up 5 yards. Again, that was the tight end, Jacob Warren, that moved on that false start. Now we got a 2nd and 9. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. Gets it. Feeds it to the back and the back off the right side. Picks up a couple yards on the carry. However, there is a penalty. So another penalty here, but let's see what they call. Something tells me it's on the offense, and that's exactly what it is. So that's gonna back them up 10 yards. Here we go. And let's see, RC says, I mean, JB, RC are my initials. That's probably good enough. And so it's all fun and games until somebody that you know happens to hop on and then just actually slips up and says your name. And then you deny it. You deny it left and right. You tell them that RC stands for Robbie Chosen. That's right, the chosen one. Robbie, former Anderson, Robbie Chosen. 2nd and 18. 5 wide. Shotgun formation. Ball at the 49-yard line of Carolina. Quick pass. Completed. And that is it. That is it. No yards after the catch there. Picked up 3 yards. Jalen Rager with the catch. And that's something that's going to be super critical. Can these guys get us that yak? You know, because that's so important. Getting the yards after the catch, you're going to need it, especially if you have young quarterbacks. That can make a young quarterback's life a lot easier and stuff like that. If you're not able to hit them over the top going deep, you better be able to get those yards after the catch. But here we go. Another 3rd and long situation here for the New England Patriots. Can we make it do what it do here? 3 seconds on the play clock. Snaps it. Zappe has time. Zappe throws it to nobody in particularly. Nobody in particularly. He points to somebody, but I don't know who he's pointing to. The coaching staff, maybe, I don't know. But who is he trying to throw this one to? Oh man, my man, what is Jalen Rager doing out there? He's getting bullied out there with the press. What is he doing? Give JB the clipboard, man. I will cut him now. Give JB the clipboard. My goodness. So that's why he had nobody to throw the ball to. Now, they did throw a flag, and of course, Of course, against us. I know that's simple. That's intentional grounding. They're going to call us for intentional grounding there. I, yeah, yeah. Talk to the kid before I talk to him. Talk to the kid before I talk. You know what? We're just trying to showcase him so that way we can trade him anyways at this point. I mean, that's just what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? RC says, wait, is there another NFL game on too? You're yeah, you're right, RC. It is the Lions and the Giants. Now, I don't think that game is being broadcast unless you have like a special package for the preseason and stuff like that. But because I think they're only showing this one on NFL Network and stuff like that. But yes, that game is on as well. Those are the only two games playing today, by the way. But Lewis, what's good with you? And so Lewis says, let's go Pats. I appreciate that, Lewis. I do. Lewis gets it. He gets it. Tell me, Lewis, did they honor your bet from the Hall of Fame game or did they try to avoid it? Did they hit you with the, we're going to avoid it? Or did they go ahead and cash out as they should have? Let's see. RC says, JB, I'll just tell him RC stands for reference and criticism. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, so here we go. First and 10, first quarter, a minute and 11 seconds to go. You got two receivers bottom of the screen here. You got a tight end and a back. Feeds to the back off the left side. Uh-oh. He got that first down. Can't let that happen, defense. Don't get caught sleeping. And that's 11 yards there. Again, Mike Boone, 4 carries for 18 yards so far in this one. Carolina still has 0 passing yards so far in this entire game so far, and we're just seconds away from that first quarter ending. Let's see if we can get a completion here. Knowing this, I probably jinxed them. Trips top of the formation, receiver goes in motion. Play fake, looking. Jake Plummer throws it and just gets that one completed there. And that's going to be a pickup of about 4 yards on the play. And Jake was throwing for his life. I don't think he knew if the man was open or not, but he did know he saw the defender in his face. So he threw that ball and got the completion, his first completion since college. Let's see. RC says Detroit playing New York. I think I just seen an internet homie of your streaming the game. It looks like, and so okay, bet, bet. All right, so that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. And at the end of the first quarter, our score: Panthers 0, Patriots 0. And so I mean, it's a great time if you're a defensive player. If you're a defensive player, then hey, you're feeling good. But Patriots right now, I mean, Jacoby Brissett was 0 for 3, but short sample size, won't dwell too much on that. Drake May did go 2 of 3 for 19 yards. That's good. And right now, we're seeing Bailey Zappa go out there, get a couple completions here and there. Let's see, Lewis says it got voided. Oh man, I hate to hear that, man. Like I hate to hear that. It's not your fault. You had already won. The least they could have did was honor it. They were on that sketchy stuff. Lewis says, but Pats will get you that profit tonight, main line plus 150. You bet your bottom dollar they're going to get you that profit tonight. Believe it. Believe it. All right, but we've got 5 votes. Let's keep the votes coming in here. I love the fact that the Patriots are making a little bit of a comeback here on the poll. I like that. Let's see if we can get more votes today than we get points on the actual scoreboard today, which is a real possibility. But one quarter in the books. But yeah, Lewis, absolutely hate to hear that. But the good news is your Chicago Bears, they looked good. They did look good, and I'm excited to see what Caleb Williams is going to look like the next time Chicago plays, in which I know you guys play against Buffalo in that preseason game and stuff like that. And so if it would have been a little bit later, I would have tried to stream that one again, but it's a little bit earlier in the day. Couldn't do that time frame. Let's see. RC says this game gonna go to overtime 3-3. Don't say that, RC. Please don't say that. Do not say that. By the way, doesn't preseason just go ahead and just flat out end in a tie rather than go to any type of preseason? They'll just end it in I mean rather than go to overtime, they'll just end it in a tie, I think, in preseason. I was about to say, is that Matthew Judon out there? I mean, coaching them up. Now, Matthew Judon has been a whole nother situation here for the Patriots in which talk about players, one of the few guys on our team that we have not paid this year and stuff like that, that I feel like is deserving of at least getting a bit of a raise. But that's a whole different situation. Second and six, receiver goes in motion. They feed it to the back off the draw, and he picks up about 3 yards on the carry. Third down coming up. Excellent tackle there by Austin. He came up and he stuck him. So now, third down. Can this defense come out here and make it do what it do? All right, they're going to call it 3rd and 2. All right, looking. Throws it. Ball deflected at the line of scrimmage. That's going nowhere. Get Jake out of there. My man, Jake, he's going to be selling insurance after this is done, man. This is just downright just disrespectful out there. That Patriots defense is not letting him do anything. Again, this is why we went out there and spent all that money on retaining our talent on the defensive side of the ball. Not only do we have good starters, we've got depth defensively as well. We just need an offense to go with it. Let's see. Lewis says you got the over at 22.5. RC says, JB, I think it's been 27 days without a name change for you. You say your bro is like, that's a lifetime. And so, yes, yes, that is a lifetime. That is a lifetime. All right, fair catch. Caught at the 20. Okay, smart decision there. So now it's second quarter. Let's see what the Patriots do here this time out. Will they continue with Bailey Zappa? They've been taking quarterbacks in and out this entire thing. You got to run with Zappa at least, I feel like, to that third quarter, late third quarter. Let's see, the leading receivers so far in this one, I should, at least I should say most receiving yards so far in this one is actually Antonio Gibson for the New England Patriots and all like that. He's got one catch for 13 yards, leading receiver in terms of receiving yards, I should say, for the New England Patriots. Let's see. RC says, JB, what helped me settle down was the and more. It gives me flexibility to discuss other things without feeling tied down to just specifically one or two subjects. And so, yes, that is one thing that JB took into consideration when making this channel and stuff like that. Because at first, JB&M Sports Fanatic, I was thinking I was going to cover football, I was going to cover basketball, I was going to do NFL, college, both college for college football, NCAA, and college hoops as well, and the NBA. But then once I started, I realized like, okay, like it's a lot to have to do both, like all of them and stuff like that. So now it's like, let me narrow it down to mostly football, in which occasionally I'll do some basketball, but mostly football, because I really want NFL, college football, and then cover March Madness because I just enjoy, March Madness and stuff like that. But then after that, transition. By the time I would start covering the NBA, most people already have their go-to person, in terms of YouTube for the NBA and stuff like that. And so focus on the UFL, USFL, and until I get tired, then after that, just take a break. But then again, when I started, I was doing sport news mostly. Like that's what I started off doing. But man, like having to be quick as soon as I find out. All right, here we go. First and 10. Two receivers, two tight ends, one back in the backfield, and we've got Zappe up under center here from their own 20-yard line. Feeds it to Kevin Harris off the left guard. Harris fighting forward for 5 yards. Again, Kevin Harris. We need someone that can step up and be that third running back for us. We need a guy, and we're hoping that Harris can step up and be that guy. As much as I like Gibson, as much as I like Ramondre Stevenson, both of those guys are pretty much injury prone, or either if one goes down, we will still need to have another complimentary back. So Kevin Harris, he can carve himself out a nice role if he can go out there and perform in this preseason. Second and 5 coming up. Feeds it to him again. This time, picks up about 3 yards on the play. Third and 2 coming up. And so, Christopher, my guy, Christopher, it has been a minute. How have you been? How have you been? And you say, do I remember you? Of course. Of course, man. Talk to me. How's it going? How is everything going? Meanwhile, there is a injured Carolina Panthers player down right now, so the medical staff will tend to him. Hopefully it's nothing serious, but they will take a look at him as we will head to the commercial. But man, Christopher, it's been a minute. It's been a hot minute. And so Christopher says, great. And so that's what's up. That's what's up. I hope that you had a great summer and stuff like that, man. Like it's just, oh man, like I'm just excited. I mean, I've missed football. There's nothing like when football first comes back and stuff like that. And so for me, we're talking NFL, we're talking college football and stuff like that. JB's just excited right now. And let's see, RC says, JB, everyone's sport has the streamer who snags the most viewers and followers. You said, I thought I was going to jump into wrestling and find a big following. Even wrestling has its share of content streamers. And so, yeah, that's right. And you say share of big content streamers, you mean. And so, yeah, every sport has their streamers. They do. They do. And so, and YouTube makes sure that they get rewarded as well. YouTube knows exactly who they are. And again, third and 2 for the Patriots from their own 28-yard line. I imagine that they'll probably go ahead and allow Harris to run it again and try to get the first down, give him an opportunity to fight for those yards. But as I mentioned before, for Kevin Harris, this is a big opportunity this season. A big opportunity. But yeah, I mean, your boy's happy here. Patriots finally get a little bit more respect here on the poll. I mean, I feel like for the Patriots, we got a great defense. You know, we spent money to ensure that we kept everybody together. They're gonna get better because a lot of them, you know, young guys and stuff like that, they can play their role. They may not be big, huge names individually, a lot of them, but they are good to the verge of great players. And so when you get a bunch of them on a team like that, that's gonna help. But what's really gonna help is offensively the offensive line. That's what it's going to come down to, the offensive line and obviously the quarterback play as well. Brissett, I've seen some good things here. He's a veteran, so I'm not too worried when he's in there. Drake May, they'll take their time developing him. But the receivers, who's going to step up at the receiver position? All right, here we go. Third and 2, shotgun formation. Receiver goes in motion. 13 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Gets the snap, looking, steps up, on the move, flings it forward, and that's going to be a completion. And that's Cashapp there. Excellent job, and that's the guy right there that has to prove it. He's on that, I got to prove I deserve to be on this depth chart type of thing here. But when you make a play like that, that looks good. And that time, you see, he just flinged it forward there for 9 yards. I'll take it. JB will take it. Lewis says he wants a touchdown. RC says he'll still do wrestling because he enjoys it. And he says, JB, I think I'm going to do a poll and see if people want me to talk about the Iowa Hawkeyes football this season too. And so take the poll, but definitely, you know, if it's where you're passionate at, That is where you'll get noticed, doing what you're most passionate about and stuff like that. Because we know the amount of hours and stuff like that that it takes, during the live streams and stuff like that, and then the fatigue it can take. So it's got to be something that you're obviously passionate about and stuff. So if it's a passion of yours, I say go for it. Even if the audience isn't there right now, you will only attract more people who do have that particular, niche. And as long as you keep the other stuff going too, it'll balance out. All right, here we go. Second and 5. Quarterback up under center here. Two tight ends, bottom of the right formation of the formation here. Play fake. Zappe looking. He's known to go deep. He throws it and it's incomplete, man. You guys are getting me excited for nothing, man. That time, Javon Baker. Now, Baker coming from UCF, the kid's got some spunk. I'll say that. He's got some spunk. He talks a big talk, and I believe his game is big. I can't wait to see him actually go out there in the regular season and make some plays. I believe he has that dog in him. He's got that want to him. So I'm really excited to see what he's going to be able to do. As I believe both the rookie receivers are going to be in position to really shine in the future for the Patriots. All right, third and 5. Can we get a first down here? Zappe looking. Zappe throws it up there. And who's he throwing to? Who's he throwing to? The official? Are you kidding me? What a terrible throw. What a terrible throw. Look at him. Look at this. Look at this. Who who does that? This is just terrible. Let's see. RC says, JB, you know what's too difficult to do? Maintain 2 or 3 channels. You say you thought easy, you try to navigate 2 or 3 channels. Let's just say the boat never hit the dock. And so I think I tried to mention that before. I'm not sure if I mentioned it to you or someone else that mentioned that they wanted to do multiple channels. And I was like, it's tough. It's tough. It is tough. I think it's best if you have like multiple people running the channel with you that you obviously have a good relationship with and stuff like that, to where if you have to focus on one and the other person can hold down that one channel until you get back and stuff like that. But it's tough. It's tough. Let's see. Lewis says all unders on Hawkeyes games this year again. The cheat codes they were last year, Lewis. Oh man, the cheat codes they were last year. RC says 2 eggshells on the scoreboard. Here we go for the Panthers from their own 15-yard line. Receiver goes in motion here. Going to hand it to the back in the back, trying to get to the outside. And he is going to fight forward for 2 yards on that carry. Once again, Mike Boone. But there is a penalty. So holding against the Carolina Panthers there. So that's going to back them up there. I don't know what you're laughing for on that sideline there, buddy. You didn't throw a single completion throughout your time out there. I want to see some completions from the Patriots offense here. Let's see. RC says, JB, I mean, my other football team is, ooh, he said Notre Dame. I know Pop Brown is not going to like that. Hawkeyes and Notre Dame, you also turn into a Colorado Buffs game because of Prime. And so, okay. Good old Notre Dame. I know that Notre Dame they got I forget the kid's name. I think Raleigh is in his name, but the kid who was quarterbacking for Duke last year, I know they snatched him up, and that kid can throw the ball, so that's going to be good for them. Now I know it didn't work out last year when they took the kid from Notre Dame. I keep forgetting everybody's name. That's the longest been since college football. But I say this and to say that Notre Dame is going to definitely love the quarterback that they acquired from Duke, and the talent they've already got. He's going to love playing there as well. And if he can play good in that system, he'll make a name for himself, an even bigger name. All right, we got more votes coming in for the Patriots. JB loves it. Loves it. Here we go, second and 17. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. 3 seconds right now on the play clock from their own 12-yard line, feeds it to the back, and the back is fighting forward, picks up a couple yards. He's got so far 6 carries for 24 yards so far in this one, averaging 4 yards a carry right now. Again, 10 minutes to go here in the second quarter, and once again, they find themselves staring down a third and long situation here at 3rd and 15. And let's see. RC says he's honestly sick of Notre Dame. JB, you say you're in the market for a new second team. Well, the Ohio State Buckeyes will be glad to have you. All right, here we go. 3rd and 15. Throws it. And oh, it should have been picked off. It should have been picked off. Oh my goodness, it should have been picked off. Bruh. Now let's look at this one again. Now Jack Plummer, he's gonna have to be an actual plumber if he keeps playing like this. I mean, believe me, many times I wish his father made plays like that against us, but unfortunately, his father was actually really good against us. But yeah, that is an incompletion, and they're gonna have to punt the ball. Right now, Jack is 2 of 7 for 4 yards so far in this one. 4th and 15, backed up from their own 10. Protection team got to do their job. Punts on the way. Catches it. All right. Let's see if he turns on them Jets. Look at him. It's at the 40, the 35. Brought down at the 30-yard line. Now we have good field position. We better come away with some points. That's all JB knows. We better come away with some points, and it better be in the form of a touchdown. Otherwise, JB may have to go out there. Lewis says in the past, borrowing a Hawkeyes playbook. Lewis, I surely hope not. I surely hope not. RC says, been a Notre Dame fan since 1996. You say you can't take too much more. Can't take too much more. You say even when they're good for a season, you know they're going to fall on their butts. And it's going to be Penn State back in the day, but you chose Notre Dame and stuff. Well, if it was between those two teams, you chose correctly. You chose correctly. To this day, I cannot believe that Notre Dame did not want Randy Moss back in the day and stuff like that. I cannot believe them and Florida State both did not want anything to do with Randy Moss. Meanwhile, what is he doing? He's out here juggling. Get Wilcox out the game. Get him out the game. Kick him off the team. His second drop. I get it. That wasn't a good pass. And even if he caught it, he would have lost yards, but I don't like it. The man is showing that he's got hands made of bricks right now. And so it's just, this is terrible. This is terrible. What are we doing? What is going on? I'm seeing too much smiling on the sideline right now. Act like you care. I know it's a preseason game, but act like you care out there. From their own 29-yard line, Zappe dropping back. Zappe throws it quickly. Just got rid of that one. That time he felt the pressure, just got rid of it. Okay. All right. 3rd down coming up. Please, Zappe, get a first down here. Oh, man, what a college. Randolph Macon College for David Wallace. Lewis says needs a touchdown or a pick six. Let's focus on the touchdown, Lewis. We don't need that bad mojo. Patriot fans will not let him back in the locker room if he does that. All right, here we go. Shotgun formation. Can he get the first for us? Please get the first for us. Snaps it. Throws this one. Oh, what a catch. What a catch. And he's going to take it all the way to the 3-yard line. Let's go. K-Sean with the catch. K-Sean Balte. The kid loves to gamble, but the heck with it. Sometimes these gamble pays off. And again, Zappe, excellent job getting it over to DB. The DB could not do it. And hey, K-Ton did the rest. That's why K-Sean did the rest. That's what I'm talking about. He came out of high school as a very high 5-star recruit, but it didn't pan out that much at LSU. But he always had the potential. I think he had maybe one decent year early in his career at LSU, but faded away. But man, that makes me happy. Now, Harris, this is where I'm looking at you. You got to be able to finish in that end zone. Picked up a yard on a carry off the right guard. He's got 5 carries for 15 yards. We don't care about none of that. We want a touchdown. 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line coming up. Get JB a touchdown before JB pulls out what remains of his hair right now. Second and goal. 8 minutes and 5 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Can the Patriots punch it in? I don't care how we do it. Let's just do it. Alex Van Pelt, the offensive coordinator, gives it to Harris, and Harris fights his way into the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown for the New England Patriots. Let's go. Let's go. Lewis says, let's go, Pats. I appreciate the support there, Lewis. Yes. Finally, we had to make sure that the fireworks actually work this season and stuff like that in case we do need it. That time, just give it to the back. Very simple. He fought, took on that contact, him versus 56, and he won that. The lowest man won that battle. And so now the PAT attempt by Chad Ryland, and it's good. Chad's got a lot of work to do if he's going to hold on to this kicking job this preseason. So that's another thing here. But man, it all started with a punt return. Let's go. Let's go. Lewis likes it. JV likes it. I'm sure some of you either like it or you hate it. I get it. And that's going to take us to the commercial. Bailey Zappe, 5 of 10 for 49 yards, but it was that clutch third down play to my guy, Kayshawn. Yes, I said my guy, Kayshawn. But to anybody who makes a catch for the Patriots at this point, is going to instantly become my guy, who's now got 2 catches for 37 yards here so far today. And there's still time to cook. Let him keep cooking. Let him keep cooking. Because he went up there. That ball is slick. You know, this is in the rain. So for him to go up there, elevate, and stuff like that, and make that catch, hey, there it is. The same guy who got in trouble for placing a bet on himself at LSU out there at receiver. And so, big time play. And now, if they continue to let Jake go out there and quarterback, we'll see what he does this upcoming drive. But right now, 2 for 7 for 4 yards. That is abysmal right now, especially from a guy who's currently. Now, I get it. He's not your QB2. He's really your quarterback 3 right now. Because don't forget, aside from Bryce Young not playing, Andy Dalton, he's not playing as well. So down to their third quarterback. Lewis says you need to pass money line and game over 24 and stuff like that. So basically what you're telling me is you need the Pats to go out there and light it up. We got you. 17 more points at least from the Patriots. So we can get another score before the end of this quarter. I tell you what, one of the most scariest parts about this time of the year is when guys start to get injured and stuff like that. You're always holding your breath and hoping that that's not the case. I see Baltimore has no intentions of playing Derrick Henry throughout the preseason, which I guess should not be a surprise. Keeps him fresh and stuff like that. All he really needs is just the walkthroughs and stuff like that. King Henry's been in this game a long time, so you got to reserve it. And Lewis says it's money season. I mean, how else is Lewis going to go out there and have all these vacations? So you say so far 1-0-1 because he was robbed. My man was robbed on that one. So the fact that we got to put that extra one at the end, that does hurt. I hate the fact that Randall Moore is out for the year because I was thinking that he finally had a chance to go out there and make it do what it do. All right, meanwhile on a kick return here, all the way to the 35-yard line. Yeah, we got to tighten that up, buddy. We got to tighten that up. All right, so now again, second quarter, 7 minutes and 47 seconds left to go. Patriots up 7-0. Can that defense go out there and get another stop, or will Carolina find a way to make it do what it do offensively? Special teams coordinator not happy about that. Talking with his kicker. Says, I don't know what the kid's doing. He said, I didn't teach him to do that. I don't know what he's doing. All right, so here we go. Multiple tight ends, one back in the backfield. Snaps it. Play fake. Jake looking. Has a man. Gets the completion. This guy hits the ground. got back up just to hit the ground again, picked up 3 yards there, and that's Jalen Coker with the catch, his first catch of the game. He's got 3 yards on the play. And again, excellent job there on that play fake because they knew the defense was biting down hard on that run. But now they're going to go 5 wide, so that tells me they really want to get a look right now at Jake throwing his ball. And there is a penalty. So false start is going to be against the offense here. Number 64, Cade Mays. Backs him up 5 yards. Lewis says, JB, the best channel to follow. I appreciate that, Lewis. I appreciate that. And man, it's going to be a great year. It's going to be a great year. Like, we already know, I can tell you it's going to be fun watching Oregon and stuff like that, especially with them being in the Big Ten now. But still, we know that they went and got, I believe Dylan Gabriel from Oklahoma to come in there and be their quarterback. So, they've got another marquee quarterback despite losing Bo Nix. So, it's going to be amazing to see what that team looks like now. Man, just a lot of things there in place. We already know Texas is going to be good, Ohio State. Bama, they're going to look a little different, but still look good and competitive and stuff like that. Obviously, Georgia, you know. So a lot of good teams to look forward to this upcoming college football season, in addition to the NFL. All right, so after that 10-yard completion there to Matthews, and now we've got 3rd and 2, and he throws one up there. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Stop dancing with him and bring him down already. All of a sudden, Jordan Matthews thinks that he's now Michael Jordan, the way he's out there making plays. What's going on? How did we let him get that wide open? I would have done a better job in coverage. Don't tell me that was Sean Wade that was supposed to be guarding him. Do not tell me that was supposed to be Sean Wade. I still have nightmares of Sean Wade from Ohio State against Bama that time, trying to see him trying to guard Devontae Smith. That was not a good look that time. Play fake. Jake just flings it away. Where's the flag on that one? Where's the flag on that one? That's incomplete, but I mean, the kid just threw it away. He was inside the pocket. Where's the flag on that one? Let's see. Lewis says Oregon, question mark, but he says Georgia. And so, yes, and Georgia having their quarterback come back, the talent that they have coming back, I mean, Georgia's got to be the favorites. They got to be the favorites. I feel like they got to be the favorites here. And we certainly know that offensive line can do. How do you guys feel about all the cheating that Michigan has been doing and stuff like that? And yes, JB says cheating and stuff like that because that's exactly what it was. That's a flag every day in the book. And they finally called it and made the right call there, intentional grounding. I don't know what took them so long. I mean, that was an obvious intentional grounding, but they get the call right there. So 2nd and 25 here, shotgun, bunch at the bottom of the screens here, gets the snap out of the shotgun. Oh, look at that. Your right tackle hit the flow. Next thing you know, you got guys diving for the football here. That's not on Jake. That's not on Jake. His right tackle fell to the floor. I mean, look at him. Look at the replay. Look at the right tackle. One-on-one here. Look at him. He just fell back. My man fell back like he was getting baptized and stuff like that. Look at him. Hey, look at him. I mean, couldn't do anything. Couldn't do anything. 76 just got molly whooped out there. It was bad. It was bad. So now, 3rd and forever. 3rd and forever. 3rd and 34. Here in the second quarter, 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go. My goodness. 1 second. Got to snap it. They do. Throws it short. Caught by the back. Got to make the first guy miss. He does. And he's going to pick up about 6 yards on the play. Again, Mike Boone, his second catch of the game. And so Jake is looking lost out there. Lewis says Michigan cheating. And so that's exactly what it was. Stealing signs, illegal recruiting and stuff like that. I've never seen a man get suspended 3 times in one season and still not get fired and stuff like that, like Jim Harbaugh and stuff like that. I mean, that's exactly what it was, Lewis, and you know it. You know it. You know it. I knew something had to be up. A team like that doesn't just change overnight. I knew something was up. And yeah, that's going to roll into the end zone there. I don't like the fact that there was too many bodies around that ball. All right, so Zappe is coming back out here. I want to see Tyquan Thornton get back in the game because I'll say it. I said it last year. I'll say it again. Tyquan Thornton and Bailey Zappe, they have something. I'm not going to say special. They have something nice when it comes to the deep ball passing. That's the only guy I've seen throw the ball to Tyquan deep that can get the ball to him that is suited up for the Patriots. And so, if Tyquan's got speed, that's all he really can do is just be a deep threat. So, anytime I see Bailey Zappe in the game, I want to see Tyquan Thornton in the game as well. All right, so here we go. Three receivers, one tight end, one back. Piece to the back, and the back is going to get back to the line of scrimmage there. Nothing going on up the middle on that play. Great job by the Carolina Panthers. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to go here in the second again with the Patriots up 7-0. And again, offensive line, it's like besides receiver, offensive line is definitely the biggest question mark we have offensively. Meanwhile, quick pass completed there to the rookie wide receiver, Jalen Polk. I like it. All right, I like it. We're starting to get some of these receivers, these younger guys, the guys that I need for the future of the position and stuff like that. Since apparently no receiver wants to come and play for us, not even for 32 million a year and stuff like that. So we're gonna have to raise our own stars, it seems like. But I'm a-okay with that. I believe in the guys that we have on this roster. We did the right thing. It was addition by subtraction, getting rid of guys like Devontae Parker, which was so overdue and stuff like that at the receiver position. But here we go, 3rd and 5. Can we get the first? Zappe looking, throws it. And that is, they say that was a catch by Mitchell Wilcox. The coach better than me. I would have already taken him out the game at this point. Oh, he did secure it. He did secure it. I was very hesitant at first. I'm not going to lie. JB was a little hesitant there, but he did make the catch. All right. So it looks like they're going to go ahead and let this one run to the 2-minute warning. All right, 2-minute warning. All right, JB's going to step away real quick, but I'll be back very quickly and stuff like that. So give JB a second. I'll be right back. Let's see, Lewis says He'll play for a mil a year. We appreciate that. That used to be the Patriot way to go for the minimum. He says fee break, and so you gotta do what you gotta do. All right, but still 2 minute warning. And so far in this one, Jake Plummer for Carolina, he's played the entire first half so far, 6 of 12, 51 yards, and that's expected. I mean, the kid, extremely young, no Bryce Young today, no Andy Dalton, and so a good chance to evaluate Jake. But I mean, some of this has not been his fault. Offensive line lately has been getting shredded, it looks like out there. You got guys stumbling like a domino effect and stuff. So he can certainly benefit from more protection. But honestly, he did calm down a little bit because it took him a while to get these yards here. In that first quarter, he only had like 4 yards, and he got it at the very end of the first quarter. But on the ground, Mike Boone's been carrying the rock, and then we had Matthews there, who had 2 catches for 38 yards. Oh, look at that. There's nothing better than seeing a giant throw an interception and stuff like that. So that was Drew Lock. I forgot about Drew Lock. I did not realize that he was down there with the Giants. Wow. Interesting. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, leading rusher is Kevin Harris, 7 carries for 17 yards. Bailey Zappe, he's been 6 of 11 for 54 yards. Okay, so we've got punt on the way here. All right, so look at that. Oh, brought down there. Got to be careful when a guy gets brought down like that, it's got to be careful of your leg and stuff. You never want those type of injuries where it just messes you up. But I'll tell you what, you guys tell me who's a player that got injured last year that you're most excited about seeing his return this upcoming season? And again, I wonder when I stepped away, did they add more time on the clock or what happened there? For me, the return of Nick Chubb. I am looking forward to seeing the return of Nick Chubb. He's recovered from that injury before and stuff like that. So definitely wishing him best of luck and stuff like that. And I mean, with Jerome Ford still being there, he doesn't have to do it all because Ford looked nice last year and stuff like that. So hopefully he can complement, him to where he can last, the whole season and not have another severe injury. All right, here we go. From their own 18-yard line for Carolina, draw play. Picks up about 5 yards on the play. Tackled by Farms Jr. And again, Farms got the first sack of the game earlier today. All right, so Carolina running one more play here. Gets it to the back short. And again, Boone takes it to the 30-yard line. It's got 3 catches for 13 yards total. That was a 7-yard pickup. Looks like there is an injured player out there on the field. All right. Lewis says he needs a drink. He says all this not scoring has him needing a drink. I mean, the way that these offenses have looked, I'm pretty sure some of these coaches would agree with you. Lewis says since this game is boring. Oh man, I mean, not gonna lie, game kind of sort of going how I thought it could. I was hoping that I was wrong, but I thought it could end up going like that. All right, first and 10, throws one up there, incomplete, incomplete. That's legitimately funny there. Let's see, Lewis says Hawkeyes, and so no, Lewis, don't do it. Meanwhile, pass there completed by Imir Smith. That's Imir Smith Marset. So now we've got 3rd and 5 coming up here. Want to see the Patriots get a stop so I can see Bailey Zappe run the 2-minute offense. All right, so here we go. 3rd and 5. No backs to stay in and protect. So that means the offensive line, they have got to win their matchups there. Patriots, they do send 5. Jake, oh, Jake just brought down once again. Jake's like, get me out of here. He's like, you got to get me out of here, somebody. He's like, anybody, please. All right, so can the offense go out there and put it together here before we get to halftime? You got a minute 43 seconds. You got all 3 timeouts here. You got to be able to put it together here if you're the Patriots. And what would help would be another great return. That would definitely help. But first and foremost, you got to protect the rock. Lewis says, should have took the under 34.5. Oh man, Lewis, you should have consulted with JB. I could have told you. Ball goes out of bounds. Lewis is like, this is the game that he needs to be voided right here. This one right here. All right, so with a minute and 35 seconds to work with, shotgun formation from their own 28-yard line. Zappe gets it. Looking, throws it short. Incomplete. Bruh. Oh my goodness. Oh my. What's he trying to do? Launch a rocket back there? Like, bruh, like, what is he doing? The kid throws like he has the launcher icon on Madden. And that's all he can do is just throw it deep. Like, show some touch. Throw some. Like, what is he doing? He almost got his running back killed back there. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10. 4 receivers on the play. Snaps it. Looking. Throws it. Oh, nice completion here. Kayshawn again, 3 catches for 53 yards so far in this one. Let's go. He's making a statement, and he needs this. He needs this. I need this as a fan and stuff like that because I am sick and tired of every time I look, another receiver telling us that he don't want to play for us and stuff like that. Last year was Hopkins and stuff like that. This year, you guys already know who. So, all right, here we go. First and 10. A minute 24 left to go here in a second. From their own 44. Zappe throws it. It's completed there, but it took his legs out. And that was Mitchell Wilcox. Glad to see him wheel in a couple passes here. Picks up about 5 yards there, but man, that was dangerous there. Somebody's going for your knees like that. Second and 5. Throws it. Caught by the back and the back. Skirts by one defender. He will be short, but how short is the question. Excellent job there to just make that one close. And that's Jamichael Hasty there. Lewis says, come on, I need 24 points combined. This ain't soccer. All right, here we go. 3rd and 1. Got to get Lewis some points here. Snaps it. Looking. What is he doing? Oh, what is he doing? He literally just jumped right into the defender's arms. What the? What is he trying to throw? Is he trying to throw his spot here? What was that for? Wow. All right, so here we go. 4th and 6. Punts on the way. Fair catch symboled and caught at the 6-yard line. And that's exactly where the Carolina Panthers will take over with 46 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Out of the shotgun. And just barely gets this one off there to avoid the sack. 2nd and 10 coming up. Almost put up points the wrong way if you're Carolina. But 2nd and 10 here. Shotgun formation. Just feeds it to the back here. And again, that was Mike Boone on the carry there. And they've got enough to where they can take us to halftime. Neither team really wants to see their offense go out there and do anything more than what we've already seen here in the first half. So they will go ahead and let this one take us to halftime. You know, sometimes the best thing you can tell yourself as a fan is that this is just the preseason. So this is not what we're going to see in the regular season. At least that's what you keep telling yourself. RC says, JB, is it the third yet? And so, not yet. This is actually just the end of the second. I don't know why it says end of the third on the scoreboard thing, but it's the end of the second quarter. Halftime has just begun. Let's see, he says, oh, halftime, never mind. And so, yes, halftime. Let's see. RC says, JB, is this game suitable for you? I know the offenses are lacking. And so, I mean, it's the preseason, so JB's not going to be overly critical. I mean, I didn't get too much of an evaluation of Drake May because they kept it very brief. I didn't get to see a lot of Jacoby Brissett. I at least want to see him complete a pass. Is that too much to ask? And stuff like that. I mean, at least at some point, I'll get to see the other quarterback um, go in there. So, Milton, I've been hearing a lot about Milton throughout camp. So, but man, I mean, I'm seeing some good stuff, like Butte going out there, 3 catches, 53 yards. I am happy about that. But what can I say? Like, I still have the same questions I had prior to this preseason game. Let's see, RC says, JB, I just popped back in. I wasn't here for like 15 minutes. And let's see, Lewis says, yes, we are, JB. And so, yes, I want to see more points. I want to see more points here from the Patriots. That's what I want to see. That will make JB happy. All right, so again at halftime, and Bailey Zappe for the Patriots, 9 of 16 for 79 yards passing so far in this one. Jack Plummer for the Carolina Panthers, 8 of 16 for 63 yards so far in this one in the first half. Rushing wise, Mike Boone, 8 carries, 34 yards for the Carolina Panthers, and for the Patriots, Kevin Harris, 7 carries, 17 yards, and so far the only touchdown of this game. And again, we are currently right now here at halftime. 8 votes right now in the poll, and the Patriots leading the poll in terms of who's going to win more games this season, the New England Patriots or the Carolina Panthers. Oh yeah, Malik Neighbors is not gonna like this. I mean, how much more open can a person get? He's like, get me out of New York. He looks like, get me out of New York. And then he threw a pick. My goodness. This is brutal to watch. I mean, At one point, people thought that Uncle Drew out there was going to be the starting quarterback at one point in time for the Seattle Seahawks. That just didn't mature. Like he's got to do better than what he's doing. CRC says halftime, and we've had half of the fun. No, hopefully it's not just half of the fun. No. I mean, who's number 20? I mean, he's getting after it. And looking at some of the other preseason games, again, my next stream is going to be Saturday for the Raiders versus the Vikings in that one. Two teams that have a bit of a quarterback competition going on for the Raiders. Obviously, Aiden O'Connell, he's going to be going against Gardner Minshew. So it'll be fun to see how that one plays out because Minshew did pretty good for Indianapolis when he took over last year. And Aiden O'Connell took over for Jimmy G last year. So he should be most familiar with some of the guys they have out there, particularly at wide receiver and stuff like that. So we'll see how it looks in terms of who looks more sharp. This is only going to be the second year here for Aiden O'Connell. So what type of a leap does he make from year one as a fourth round pick out of Purdue to year two? We will see. RC says, JB, what did you think of Boston Celtics capturing an NBA title? I was a bitter Billy. Your Timberwolves came within one round of the NBA Finals. You said all you can say is ouch. And so, while you saying ouch, that's how I feel. That's how I feel too. I'm right there with you. I was saying ouch myself, really, because it hurt JB to see the Celtics go out there and to win it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I felt like they were a great team, but it's still the Celtics at the end of the day. And as a Laker fan, it hurts me to see the Celtics go out there and win a championship. It's just that plain and simple. But they had a very, very good team. And something tells me they're going to be they're going to continue. They're going to probably be making the finals, a couple of times. Now, of course, the stuff that we got down in Philly, there's a couple of teams that could contend, but they'll be in that conversation, of course, for the foreseeable future. Lewis says you can't spell fun. RC says Dallas got rocked by the Celtics, but looked like world beaters and late game experts versus your Timberwolves. Man, oh man, basketball's a game of matchups. It's a game of matchups. You can be built to take down one team, then another team just come in and you're like, what am I doing? And the coach is asking you, what are you doing? And you're like, I don't know, coach, because I don't know what I'm doing. So, yes, next stream on Saturday will be fun. All right, so 8 votes. I knew I expected a low scoring game here in the first half, but one can only hope in the second half that they bring a little bit more action out there. Let's see. RC says next season the Western Conference will be so tough. You said Denver will be back. John, Memphis will be back. OKC not going anywhere. Dallas got Clay. Sacramento should bounce back. Wolves missed a grand opportunity. And let's not forget them Lakers because I got to include my Lakers there. So there you have it. And again, currently right now here at the half, let's see. RC says, JB, you know what? You say your Vikings drafted JJ McCarthy, and you're really happy with that selection. You say they hope they don't rush him out there, and you're glad to see we got a young QB. You were so sick of Kirk Cousins and stuff like that. Okay, you said, JB, you think we got a great quarterback in JJ? Keep it 100 with you. If I got to keep it 100 with you, I'm going to put it like this. No, I don't think that JJ McCarthy's going to be that great, but I don't think he's going to be horrible either and stuff like that. I think that he's going to be, by NFL standards, he'll be average to above average. I say above average because you got all the weapons out there. You got your J.J. Jeffersons and stuff like that. You got, your Jordan Addisons of the world and stuff like that. Although I know he's got his own issues and stuff like that. But if JB's keeping it a buck with you, I was so thankful that we did not draft that kid and stuff like that. Because in order for him to have success, you must surround him with a ton of talent. And I know every quarterback needs talent, but I felt like specifically for him, just like in Michigan, where he could just hide behind all the talent around him, the abundance of running backs and offensive linemen they had that was there for like 5 years and never graduated somehow and stuff like that. All of that stuff that he had around him and a coach that was stealing signs and blah, blah, blah. Beside from all of that, I really didn't feel like there was anything special about the kid. I felt like the kid regressed from his junior year to his senior year. His junior year, I was thinking, okay, the kid can make some plays. His senior year, in the biggest of games, I noticed that they tried to keep it on the ground out of his hands and told him, we're gonna let you do less and stuff like that because JJ McCarthy, he just shrunk, like he just shrunk. So Michigan did an excellent job of camouflaging that and stuff like that, in my humble opinion. But that being said, I still think that he can do good enough to keep, like the job and stuff like that throughout the course of his rookie contract and stuff like that. For me, I think his ceiling is probably more equivalent to 2 years ago. Got to make sure I say the right year. 2 years ago, Daniel Jones and stuff like that in terms of, running and just the year that he did not throw a lot of interceptions. He threw like 20 touchdowns, although I think JJ can throw a few more touchdowns than that. But that's probably the best case scenario of what I think from a guy like Dan from JJ McCarthy. That's JB's unbiased opinion. I know he's from Michigan and stuff like that, but that's just my opinion. He was just hidden by all the talent that they had. They didn't trust him to go out there and to win it with his arms and stuff. He had to utilize the run game, then just play fake, bootleg on so the defense couldn't. Because like Michigan had a lot of running backs, a lot of running backs. So, but that's just it. Let's see. RC says Kirk has the late game IQ of a shoebox. If we're talking prime time matchups with Kirk, absolutely. But I think when they're talking about just like non-prime time games for Kirk, I think he does pretty good and stuff like that. I do. I feel like he just doesn't get the recognition and stuff like that. But I think he's going to be missed. He's going to be missed down there in Minnesota in terms of now. Obviously, you had to move on because he's not going to win you any playoff games. And at the end of the day, you need a quarterback that's going to win you playoff games. So I'm talking about purely from a statistical standpoint and stuff like that with Kirk Cousins and stuff. But yeah, I think he makes Atlanta pretty much a playoff team. RC says, ouch, JB, the hurt is still on. RC says Caleb Williams will be better, and so Caleb will be better. Caleb will be better and stuff like that. And so that's just, I mean, the Bears have done a great job of setting him up with a lot of weapons and stuff like that offensively at the receiver position. And that's what he needed. A guy like him needs to have, someone like a Keenan Allen out there, to throw the ball to, then drafting Romo Dunez and stuff like that. You already had DJ Moore and stuff like that. So I feel like that's going to help him out tremendously to go out there and become the franchise leading passer in terms of passing yards in a season, and stuff like that. And who knows how long it'll last, but he will be better. And let's see, Lewis says Atlanta should have gone after Fields. And let's see, I don't think Pittsburgh understands what they truly have right now in Justin Fields, but give him time. Give him time. RC says, Cable, you meant this. I corrected it when I said it in terms of Caleb. I was like, Cable, does he mean Tom Cable? Maybe the great Tom Cable? Let's see. RC says it'll be interesting to see who has a better career between those two quarterbacks, JB and Lewis, since they are both coming out of the same draft. And so RC says Daniel Jones, well, that sounds hideous. And so it sounds that way now, but just give it some time. Give it some time. I mean, having JJ, you guys did the right thing by giving JJ that money because if you take JJ away, then I feel like he would really be exposed. But having JJ is going to help him. Meanwhile, third quarter is here on the way. JB just didn't notice it at all. We got so caught up in that conversation. You say, well, I mean, JB, Sam Darnold isn't the long-term answer. You bet you can bet he's not the long-term. He's not even a short-term answer if you ask me and stuff like that. The only reason you stick a Sam Darnold out there is just purely because you'd rather he take the heat than the young kid and JJ. At least JJ's got potential and stuff like that. But Sam, I see ghosts all the time. Darnold, we already know who he is and stuff like that. And JJ is going to bench him himself when JJ's wide open and then Sam's throwing a duck and stuff like that. So yeah, that's not going to last a long time at all. At all. Believe that. And let's see. RC says Daniel Jones had one good year to me, and so I agree. I agree. And let's see. RC says, oh, Fields went to Pittsburgh, and so yes, him and Russell Wilson both. I guess everybody went to go to Pittsburgh because they asked Justin Fields, where'd you want to go? He said Pittsburgh and all that. Brandon Ayuk, where you want to go? Pittsburgh. And so only thing that doesn't want to go to Pittsburgh is the Lombardi Trophy. That's the only thing that does not want to go to Pittsburgh. But everybody else wants to go to Pittsburgh. And again, we are currently right now at the commercial here in the third quarter. Carolina with the football right now. And we'll see what they can do in this drive. Lewis says you still prefer Fields over Caleb. And so yeah, but Fields had to get away. Sometimes you need a fresh new start. You need a whole new system, and that's exactly what Justin Fields needed and stuff like that. He needed a different environment and stuff like that. I remember when Fields was at UGA and stuff like that. He needed another environment, so he went to Ohio State. It worked out well for him. And so if he gets an opportunity with Pittsburgh and they don't just hand the job to Russell Wilson just because he's Russell Wilson and he demands his own offense and stuff like that. But if they really give the kid a chance, I think he'll go out there and outplay Russell Wilson. RC says to play with Russell Wilson. And so, mhm, he says, I can take that man's job. Let's see, RC says, what's their quarterback name, JB? Their official starting quarterback? The official starting quarterback for, you talking about the Panthers starting quarterback, Bryce Young? Yeah, if you're talking about Carolina's official starting quarterback on the depth chart, Bryce Young. For this game, though, is Jack Plummer for this game, but quarterback one is Bryce Young. All right, so they feed the ball here to Dylan Johnson, and Dylan picks up 4 yards on the carry. Let's see, RC says Phil should have said, I want to go sit behind Tua in Miami. And so, well, that would have been a nice seat for him because it would have been. All right, completes it again to Jordan Matthews. He's got 3 catches today for 48 yards, and he picks up 10 yards and a first down for the Carolina Panthers. Again, more of Jack Plummer here. All right, 1st and 10. Feeds it to the back who picks up a couple yards there. Picks up 2 yards. Again, Johnson on his second carry. All right, 2nd and 8. Play fake. Bootlegging. Pump fakes. Goes out of bounds. Loses a yard or two on the run. It's going to go down as a sack. They're going to credit John Morgan III with that sack. 3rd down coming up. Let's see. RC says, like Will Smith said in that one song, I'm going to Miami. Yes. All right, 3rd and 10. It's a big 3rd down here if they can sustain this drive, but they throws it and oh wow, right through his hands there to the defender. Gets up there, and that's Gills Harris, and he wants that one back. Another opportunity to make the play, but he did make a play, and that's going to bring out the punt unit. So once again, Carolina fails to put together a meaningful drive. RC says, when's the next stream, JB? And so the next stream is going to be on Saturday, and that's going to be between the Raiders and the Vikings, in which we just spent so much time talking about the Vikings. But yes, the Raiders and Vikings, that will be JB's next stream on Saturday. It's already set up. Feels good to have football on a Saturday again. All right, so another opportunity for a punt return. And considering how many receivers the Patriots have right now in the depth chart, he's got the carver rolled throughout special teams. Fair catch, caught at the 20. I'm sure he wanted an opportunity to try to run that one back, but he did the right thing there. Fair catch. Let's see. RC says, for all the subs, UJB, you should be making bank hands over fists. And so, RC, you would think it works that way. You would think it works that way, but having a ton of subs is like having a company where you list like 2,000 employees, but only 80 show up for work and stuff like that. So you might have 2,000 employees, but if only 80 are out there putting in work, then yeah, you're not going to become rich. So, and let's see, RC says, I meant for all the subs you have, JB should be making bank. And so JB wishes that was the case. But YouTube says otherwise. You say the Raiders and your Vikings, you'll try to be there. You say, Lord willing, but for the Vikings and that fire game call from JB. And so, oh, yes, as Mr. JJ McCarthy goes out there and tries to show JB that JB's analysis is wrong and stuff like that. But we'll see what he does. But I am looking forward to it. I will say this. I did have him over Bo Nix and stuff like that. I feel like Bo Nix situation is it's going to be a tough situation down there in Denver. It really is going to be tough. But I'm rooting for the kid. I'm rooting for all the rookies really to go out there and have success. Now, what success means for each rookie, that varies and stuff like that. But I hope they all go out there and have success. RC says, unfortunately, the only people really making money online are those who partake in gossip, rumors, mess, and dramas. And so, yes, let's see. Lewis says this game ain't going over 20. I mean, forget that. I'm wondering if it's going to go over 13 at this point. RC says, I should not say only, but they clearly have an advantage because the society loves mess. And so, yes, that is a fact. That is a fact. But we do this because we enjoy it. We do this because we enjoy it. Lewis says, I show up for work here. And so, yes, well, I mean, you are getting paid, Lewis. You're the one getting rich. I mean, when they don't void your picks, that is, but you're the one getting rich. All right, here we go. Play fake. Zappe sees a guy, slings it, gets it to him. And Bell, Jaheim Bell, the tight end from Florida State, seventh round draft pick, and the guy has a lot of upside. He could potentially be one of those diamonds in the rough. He's a guy that you can use him at tight end, you can use him at fullback. He's got a lot of flexibility to him out there. So I'm excited to see the extra dimension that he can provide. He'll be a guy that you squeeze him out there on the third tight end, put him out there at fullback or something. And when the defense least expects it, he can go out there and get you that first. Feeds it to the back again, and once again, it's Kevin Harris who picks up 5 yards on the carry. 8 carries for 22 yards and a touchdown today for Kevin Harris. All right, 2nd and 4. Shotgun. Throws it quick. Oh, nice completion to Javon Baker. Remember that name because I'm telling you, this kid's going to be a star for the Patriots in the future. As soon as he gets that opportunity to come in, he's going to be somebody. And let's see, Lewis says, let's see. RC says, I do enjoy it, but the thing for me, JB, is content creation is another outlet for me. It's like exercise of the mind and mouth. You say, like, hey, let me cover a post game or a game and let me talk about XYZ. And so that's a fact. That's a fact. From their own 43. Another carry. This time, Jermichael Hasty, his second carry, no gain on the play. 2 carries so far for -4 yards. Again, third quarter, 8 minutes and 25 seconds to go here in the third. Let's see. Lewis says, man, give me a job as an offensive coordinator. I'll put up points. And so Lewis will tell the special teams coach, you can go home and stuff like that. You won't be needed because we're going to go for it on every time it's fourth down anyways and stuff like that. So you can just go home. He's like, anything we can do to increase the odds that we score. And so Zappe, he got zapped. He got zapped on that one. Lost 15 yards there. That was Derek McLeland on that one. Or McLendon on that one. Zappe look like he's seeing stars right now. Not going to lie. Let's see. RC says, JB, will you do some college games, football? And so, yes, once college football starts and stuff like that, I've always done college football on Saturdays. That has always been my go-to. So, like Saturday is a lock for college football. Sunday, of course, the NFL and stuff like that. And then try to get it throughout the week to try to see. Although last year I aborted Thursday night football and stuff like that. They kept putting on those subpar matches and stuff. But I'm gonna see how that looks in terms of if I can do maybe one additional like throughout the week, maybe stick with Monday night football and then try to do something for college football as well throughout the week. But it depends on how easily JB gets tired throughout the season. But for sure, I'll do some college football games. Third and 30. And so, oh wow, look at that. Still on his feet. Still on his feet. 7 yards there. Jamichael Hasty said, hey, I'm going to get every yard I can out of this one. Third quarter, 6 minutes and 42 seconds to go here in the third. Punts on the way. Fair catch symbol. Caught at their own 21-yard line. Let's see. Lewis says, come on, Vegas. Void my ticket again tonight, please. They're like, what are they, the Las Vegas Voiders at this point? All right, again, we are at the commercial, but third quarter and the score might look familiar because it is familiar. Still 7-0 right now here in the third quarter, 6 minutes and 9 seconds to go. And so the Patriots put together the only touchdown drive so far in this one earlier in the game. Bailey Zappe's been there throughout most of this one. He took over, I think, the third offensive drive for the Patriots and has had it since. He's currently 12 of 20 for 108 yards so far in this one. Kevin Harris, he's got 8 carries in this one for 22 yards. Then you look at the Carolina Panthers, and so Jack Plummer, he's 9 of 18 for 73 yards passing so far in this one. You've got Mike Boone, 8 carries, 34 yards so far. And then Jordan Matthews, leading receiver for Carolina, 3 catches and 48 yards, are responsible for a good amount of that. And you cannot forget Keyshawn Boutte out there for the Patriots, 3 catches and 53 yards. The Patriots leading receiver. I believe that at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots turn to Joe Milton III to go out there the next time the Patriots are out there and let him get a crack at things in this one. Again, another rookie quarterback that the Patriots have out of Tennessee. Let's see. RC says, JB, water polo makes me feel creepy. Oh man, good old water polo. You said like they come out the water looking like prunes and stuff. Lewis says, I thought being a Bears fan is tough. You said, but a Pats fan, long season ahead. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so, Lewis. Jake on the move. Jake for the run. I feel like we can take out some of our frustrations from his father, Jack, many, many years ago. And you guys may not remember this, but Jake Plummer, the father of Jack Plummer, who's quarterbacking right now for the Carolina Panthers, used to quarterback for the Denver Broncos, and he actually was the first quarterback to ever beat Tom Brady in a playoff game. Gave Tom Brady his first loss in the playoff game when the Patriots lost to the Broncos in that playoff game in the divisional round, I believe. Feeds it to the back, and the back's going to pick up 2 yards there. And this is Jaden Sheridan on the carry, number 37 for the Carolina Panthers. First carry of the game, 2 yards off the left tackle. Now we're looking at a third and four situation from the Carolina 28-yard line. Let's see, RC says, then the helmets, and it felt like water soccer or something you can't see in the water. Yeah, that's what bothers him. And so RC says he is flustered by this. RC says, JB, do you like handball? You said that's a pretty cool sport in the Olympics. And so, but you wouldn't catch JB playing it though. And let's see, RC says, yeah, who could forget Jake the Snake Plumber? And so, oh yeah, I've tried to forget him. I have. Because, I mean, the two things he did that really irked me was that he would beat my Patriots, but he would never beat Peyton and the Colts and stuff like that. And so he was very annoying in that sense because both the Chargers and the Steelers at that time were good for beating the Colts, but not beating the Patriots. And obviously, the Patriots and the Colts, everybody knew that the AFC went through them throughout that time period, but a different era, so to speak. As the RC says, JB, I say the most random stuff. My name should be the random guy or random commentator. That's what RC stands for, I guess. Either that or ridiculous commentator. Take your pick. All right, so gonna get another crack here out of return. Hopefully, we'll see what he can do here. But I'm rooting for the guy to make the team though. As a returner, punts on the way, backpedals, catches it from his own 21, swivels the hips, gotta go somewhere. First guy misses. Second guy, excellent job just getting something out of that. I mean, that's an excellent job on that return by Wallace. Let's see. Archie says, oh, I used to call him Kirk Cutler. No, no. Lewis says, Jake the Snake, Jack the won't make the team. Ouch. His son needs a better nickname than that. Ouch. I remember briefly, like very briefly, when the great Walter Payton kids were actually in the NFL, or at least I should say on a roster temporarily. Shouldn't make it seem like they were actually playing or nothing, but they were on the roster for Tennessee, like briefly, very briefly, for the Tennessee Titans. Needless to say, they were not anything like their father. Lewis says punters will be sore tonight. Hey, isn't that why your Bears traded up to acquire the Iowa punter? Because he's used to punting and punting and punting. He is their most important offensive player. So you guys was like, yeah, we're going to go ahead and take you. Let's see if now will be Joe Milton the third time here. Again, third quarter, 4 minutes and 12 seconds left to go. Yeah, this should have been the game with the whole lightning delay and stuff like that. This should have been the game. SCRs, he says, it's too many people pretending to be Caitlyn fans to inflate their numbers. You don't like it. You're like, where's the authenticity here? He said, you've been a Caitlin Clark fan since 2019 and the Iowa Hawkeyes fan since 1996. And so, RC says he wants the real ones to step forward. I tell you what, you want real fans? Have a couple seasons like we've had in New England the last couple years, and you'll see the difference. Meanwhile, another pass and a quick completion to Javon Baker. He's now got 2 catches for 11 yards. And that's right. We're looking at Joe Milton III from the University of Tennessee. That's right. Another rookie quarterback for the Patriots here. We've got 2 of them on the roster here. We drafted both. 2nd and 5. To draft the kid means you believe in the kid. Took him in the 6th round. Tell me if that sounds familiar. 3 minutes and 37 seconds to go here in the third. Draw play. And he's going to pick up 3 yards there. That's Terrell Jennings. We're going real deep on the depth chart now. Let's see. RC says, Lewis and JB, if I cover Iowa Hawkeyes football, I'm going to have only 2 followers. And so they might be defensive guys. And so let's see. Lewis says, man, Bears versus Houston was way better. He said, than this. And they only played 2.5 quarters. All right, 3rd and 2. Bootlegging, looking, throws it, gets the completion. That's going to be a first down. Jennings with the catch, picked up 4 yards. 2 minutes and 45 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. I got to agree with you. Got to agree with you. That game was definitely a lot more exciting than big plays. RC says, JB, most fans come with pom-poms when it's winning season and run like we know what when the team stinks to high heavens. And so, yes, that sounds exactly right. Meanwhile, again, another carry for Jennings, and he picks up 6 yards there. I want to see Milton just launch a rocket deep here. All right, so 2nd and 5. Milton up under center, multiple tight ends on the play. 2 receivers, 1 back in the backfield. Play fake. Oh, made a guy miss. Up, still making a miss here. Still moving around. Running. He's going to run now. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Look at this. He shuffled, slowed the DB down. Oh man, what a play. What a play. These fans have never seen anything like this. Look at that. Makes the first guy miss. All right, that was nice. Second guy made him miss too. That was impressive. But then to take it off and to run. And the most impressive part about all of this is that he did it without any type of holding call. That was impressive. I know. I know. They like any type of excitement to sell tickets at this point, please. You got to snap the ball. Why aren't we snapping the ball? What? Bruh, it was on zero for about 3 seconds. At some point, even the official cannot ignore it. What are we doing? Gerard, what are you telling him? Anything. Why my man look like he over there giving himself a pep talk saying, I am a good coach. I am a good coach. I am a good coach, right? Why is he giving himself a pep talk? Talk to the players. Whew. Lewis says, RCO, believe me, I'll follow Iowa Hawkeye games. You say unders will all follow to make a profit only. RC says, we won some games last year, but got our heads snatched off by Michigan. You said you can't forget it. I mean, they stole you guys' signs, even if it was two signs, but they stole it. They stole it. Lewis says, no, RC. I'm a Bears fan. I've put up with losing seasons. I'm always here. And so that's a fact. That's a fact. Milton to Jennings again for 7 yards this time. 2nd and 3 coming up. That was Rutin on the tackle. Let's see. RC says, JB, who's your vote for Rookie of the Year? And so JB's unbiased pick for Rookie of the Year boils down to two people for JB. It's either going to be Caleb Williams, because quarterbacks get the nod, or it's going to be Marvin Harrison Jr., who I think is going to go out there and have a fantastic season and stuff like that. I feel like if Kyler Murray can stay healthy the entire season and stuff like that, Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to put up some real numbers this year. But that being said, even if he puts up real numbers, it's not going to matter if Caleb Williams goes out there, throws for 36, 37, 3,800 yards and stuff like that, and probably about 25, 26, 27 touchdowns. Who knows how many interceptions? Lewis says JB and Lewis knows football. You already know. You already know. And we're at the end of the third quarter. So at the end of the third, it is the New England Patriots leading this one 7-0 in this one. And now for the Patriots, we get a good chance to look at Joe Milton III. We've seen every other quarterback, although both Jacoby Brissett and Drake May each only were out there for one drive out there offensively. So didn't get to see too much of them. We got to see Ramondre Stevenson go out there, do what he do. Obviously, we're not going to keep Stevenson out there for a long time at all. It just doesn't make any sense because a man gets hurt often. So can't let that happen in a preseason game. Let's see. RC says, facts, Lewis, bear down. You say you're a Vikings fan, but where you live, you see more Bears games than Viking games, and you watch what gets televised the most. And so, isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? You watch what gets televised the most. That is a fact. And let's see. Lewis says, RC, let me introduce you to Braden. Good old Braden. And let's see. RC says, JB, it won't take long before Bo Nix has the job. And so, yeah, it won't take long, or at least it shouldn't take long when you consider the fact that Zach Wilson is what, QB2, and Jarrett Stidham, as they call him, Stid. And anybody with the nickname Stid probably might be good in academics, but not good in the football field. So, yeah, it shouldn't take too much long. But unfortunately, I feel like they might have to throw him out there before he's ready. Because once everybody sees how bad the other guys look, oh, man. Oh, my goodness. You almost post stamped that one to the defender. Milton, you got to do better than that. This ain't Tennessee. Since when did people start wanting to hear Brian Hoyer talk so much? Like, tell me that. Since when? All right, 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. Feeds it to the back and the back. Trying to make something happen. A little shake and bake there. And Jamichael picks up 4 yards on the carry. Now we're looking at 3rd and 6 from the Carolina 24-yard line here in the early stages of the fourth quarter. Already faced with a third, but it's a 3rd and 7, so a third and manageable. And if you're Joe Milton, third, like you got to go out there, you got to show me something. All these young kids got to show me something. This is an opportunity. You're not going to find a better opportunity to get some playing time than on this team. That goes for everybody. You go out there and you compete. Throws it. Incomplete. Incomplete. So that's going to be incomplete. I hope you didn't think we were going to go for it. That's 4th down coming up. We need to see what the kicker can do. Let's see. RC says, JB, I just don't know why I would pay for NFL Network, well, Sunday ticket or whatever, just to watch one team only that I'm not covering week to week. Don't make sense. I'm so used to the NFL Red Zone when it comes to Sundays and stuff like that, just because of fantasy and stuff like that. Like that, and then me just tracking my fantasy players for the most part. Kicks on the way, and the kick is good. Lewis, we got you some more points. Are you happy now? And that was Joey Sly with the kick. RC says, every blue moon Braden pops in my comments depending on if I'm talking about Caitlin or not. So he's on the die-hard Caitlin stature still, it seems. Okay. All right, and again, we are still at 8 votes right now, but the Patriots leading the poll here. That makes JB happy. All right, and again, fourth quarter, 14 minutes, 11 seconds. Patriots put together a scoring drive. 3 points there, 10-0. 11 plays, 44 yards so far in this one. RC says Patriots up 10-0. Do I smell a Pat Super Bowl trophy in their near future? RC might be onto something. He might be onto something. I didn't know he had the gift of foresight. All right, getting ready for the kickoff. And the returner to the 25-yard line. All right, so Carolina So far, they've relied on Jake Plummer basically just about all games so far. So here in the fourth quarter, you're down 10-0. You got an abundance of running backs that you still need to see what they can do here in this fourth quarter. Let's see what happens with three receivers, one tight end, one back in the backfield. Oh, he almost lost the ball. He was over there dribbling the football. Now the receiver on the end around, he can't. He doesn't like it. He's like, why is this guy quarterbacking? Why am I here? That's what he's basically saying. And so let's see. RC says, see what I'm saying, JB? I can't say Archie Manning in your chat unless I space his name all the way out. You say, is his name profanity or something that you don't get it? Oh man, that goes back to before you joined and stuff like that. You can thank Braden. You can thank Braden. It's the Braden rule and stuff like that. It has nothing to do with Arch Manning though, but it has everything to do with just the Manning aspect and stuff like that. So you can thank Braden for the most part for that. And so Laney, how are you doing? Laney says, "Hey JB, how are you? How you been?" All right, so this time Carolina on a 3rd and 10. Gonna line up in a shotgun here from their own 25-yard line. Gets a snap. Patriots send 4. Offensive line gives him time. Throws it to his tight end. Got to make somebody miss. And nope, doesn't make a miss, but does pick up 6 yards there. And again, that's Jacob Hollister, the tight end there. That's his second catch of the game. That time for 6 yards. He's got a total of 13 yards so far in this game. Fourth down coming up. And Carolina will have to punt the ball back to the New England Patriots, who scored a field goal their last time out there. Let's see. RC said, and when I did, I never let my message go through. And so the oddest thing ever. And you say, Peyton, the quarterback legend, LOL. And so not even Peyton, not even Peyton. It's the fraud, the other guy. Let's see. RC says, hey, Laney, long time no speakage. And so Laney said, good, didn't know there was a ball game tonight. And so, yeah, just a little preseason here. A little preseason. This is actually just the second NFL preseason game, but the first one this week. There's also the Detroit Lions and the New York Giants that are currently playing as well, in which I don't know how that game is going right now, come to think of it. I see the Giants are winning that one 14-3. They're in the fourth quarter as well. Similar time frame. All right, here we go. 4th and 4. Panthers punt the ball. Instead of keep pounding, they should change it to keep punting because that's exactly all they're doing so far. Just keep punting. And now we're going to take over the New England Patriots and let's see what they've got in store this time out with Joe Milton, the third quarterbacking for the Patriots. Joe Milton III has shown us he's got the moves now. He's got the moves to go out there, spin around, make a guy miss, but he's got to show he can do it with his decision making from the pocket and stuff like that. If he's going to go out there and beat Bailey Zappe for that third quarterback spot. Let's see. Laney said he's from Tennessee Vols, right? Correct. Yes. He's the rookie from Tennessee, Joe Milton III. He's got a cannon. He's got a cannon. He's obviously got speed. You know, he can make guys miss. So the only thing for Joe Milton III is that he's got to be quicker with his decision making. And because he almost threw an interception earlier in this game, in which he just shouldn't have thrown that ball there. But once he gets comfortable and stuff like that, I like the idea of having him as our third quarterback and just developing him because he has some raw skills that you just can't teach. You know, he's got a great arm and he can move and stuff like that. So he can do so many things in the short term. He can give you a great look in terms of practice squad. Trade Zappe for the first offer we get, man. I mean, I don't care at this point. I don't care if it's a fifth rounder, sixth rounder. I don't care. You know, I rather keep Joe Milton III on the team and just, move on from Zappe. Zappe brings bad vibes with him and stuff like that. So, I mean, no offense to the kid. I think he can be a solid backup somewhere else and stuff like that, but not with us. Not with us. Maybe send him to Arizona. I don't know. Let's see. RC says JB is a natural on the coverage, back like he never ever left. And so I'm just out here, just taking it play by play, literally out here. But yeah, JB does feel refreshed, though. I do feel refreshed, and I'm ready for the NFL season, college football season. These are the sports I love. I mean, football is my number one sport in terms of what I love. So, all right, so here we go. Milton the third. Gonna line up in the shotgun here. Three receivers, one tight end, one back. Under 12 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter, and the Patriots are up by 10. They hand it to the back in the back. Look at him. He's going to be about half a yard shy. Somebody lost a helmet on that play. There is a flag. I mean, it's been a good little minute since I guess they throw the flag, but man, they love throwing these flags. It's ridiculous out here. Let's see. RC says, JB, I've been enjoying having both of your baseball teams having winning seasons so far. So who's your baseball teams again? And he says, Laney loves football too. Laney gets it. Look at that hole there. That was a nice hole. Oh, man, you can't just knock the man helmet off like that. Come on. Illegal use of hands. Bruh. Why? Why? You about 6'7", a couple inches from heaven out there, and you out here putting hands on somebody's hand. Like, bro, what you doing? Play fake. Oh, excellent job by Milton to make a miss, and he's running. I mean, not just the fact that he made these guys miss, took off and run like that, but also he had the lineman running with him and stuff like that, as if he was going to pitch it to the lineman there. That was one heck of a play fake, but you got to be careful because if you get hit from behind, that ball's coming out. But excellent job. Excellent job. He's already showed that elusiveness. If he can just go out there and show us some passes too. I want him to get that on film too for these coaches to see. But 2nd and 2. Get it to the back. And the back taking on the contact. That should be enough for a first down. Picked up 2 yards. Terrell Jennings, number 29. He's got 3 carries for 16 yards. Let's see, RC says Minnesota Twins and Philadelphia Phillies. And so, okay, I remembered the Minnesota part there, but I didn't know about the Phillies as well. Okay, bet. 10 minutes and 45 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. Patriots up 10-0. Patriots got another first down, trying to make this out of a drive here. Let's see what they can do. Milton the third. Everybody's watching you. You're adding excitement to this game. Multiple tight ends on the play. Play fake. Joe looking. Joe going deep. And incomplete. There's going to be a flag, so I guess we'll see what happened there. But wow, I'm just curious as to who the receiver was he was throwing it to. All right, all right. Illegal contact there on Carolina. I'll take that. I'll take that. Now let's do it again, coach. Let's do it again. Let's do another play action and let's hit them deep. All right, we got 11 votes here, so we're starting to get some more votes here towards the end. I love it. All right, from our own 40-yard line, feeds it to the back. Oh, look at that. The back, he's got his own plans here. He's got his own plans here. He says, why book a flight when I can take you there myself? Terrell Jennings with a big one. He's a 20-yarder brought down by Richardson. He's got 5 carries now for 36 yards. He is impressing out there. But that time, you got to look at the hole that the offensive line opened up on that one. These guys want it. And hey, New England's looking for that third running back who's going to step up. 9 minutes and 45 seconds. Milton the third, feeds to the back again. And just fighting forward there. Love it. Even if it is 2, 3 yards there, Absolutely love the effort that I'm seeing. In the zone. What's good with ya? My guy in the zone. What's going on? How are you? All right, here we go. Second and 7. Milton in the pocket. Milton throws it. Oh my goodness, what a catch. What a touchdown. Patriots, let's go. Let's go. My man Milton, he's made a couple plays already in this game using his legs, but this time he used his arm and heck, he could have threw that ball to JB, y'all. JB could have caught that one in there. In the zone says where May at. May was out there for one drive, just one drive. He was 2 of 3 for 19 yards. He was out there for just one drive. Him and Jacoby Brissett each only got one drive to start this one out. But yeah, everything is going good. You say Milton's balling, and so yeah, perfect timing. I shoot as soon as you showed up, my man went out here and launched a rocket. Speaking of good, the extra point is good too. 17-0. And so, Lewis, if you're there, I know you took the over, and we're one touchdown away from it reaching that over for you. He took the over, I think he said 23 and a half. So, got to do this for Lewis. But man, what a nice play. What a nice play. I mean, in the zone, if you guys are interested, we can work something out to get you guys Bailey Zappi if you guys are interested. I mean, we'll do that for you. And the zone says Milton looking like the future. And so, hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Your boy JB ain't biased. I'm not biased at all, like shoot. I remember the formerly known Washington Redskins, now Washington Commanders and stuff like that. I remember when they drafted RG3, but it turned out to be Kirk Cousins that was the guy. Now, am I saying that that's the case? No. But I'm not saying that I'd be mad if it works out that way. JB just want to see his team go back out there and win. That's all JB want to see. If the janitor can go out there and complete some touchdown passes for JB, then JB will take the janitor at this point. JB wants to win and stuff like that with his team. So that's what JB's about. That is what JB's about. And so I see a vote came in here for the Carolina Panthers. Tell me in the zone that had nothing to do with you. Tell me that had nothing to do with you. All right. So again, currently right now at the commercial, and this one, Joe Milton lit him up there. I mean, he has shown that he can make guys miss, and now out there throwing that. I mean, if you're the Pats, get on the phone right now. Right now. Send Zappe wherever, whoever wants them. Arizona, I don't care. Send them anywhere that we can just get something back and stuff like that. We have our quarterbacks here that we need. Let's focus on developing them. Heck, send them to the Giants. The Giants can use a quarterback that's not named Daniel Jones. Send them over there. And so let's see. Oh man, Mountain Veteran, what's good with ya? He said, hey JB, who has better hair? Bill Belichick's son, 80s. What's good? What's good? His son or Bill Belichick's 18-year-old girlfriend? Oh man, the shots are being fired. But if you must ask me, you gotta go with the son there. Gotta go with the son. I mean, you can't replicate that. You just can't replicate that. But how have you been? Wow, member for 28 months at JB Nation. I appreciate that. 28 months. Wow. Time sure does fly. Time sure does fly. That man, this is oh man, that just really reminds me how old my channel really is getting now. That's wow. Always good to have you here. And you say you changed your name. And you hope that I'm doing well. And so I am doing well. It is great to hear from you. It is. It is always a pleasure. It's like you're like the channel celebrity when you come through. It's like big time. So glad to have you here. Absolutely. How do you like what the Eagles have done so far in the offseason? Obviously, new offensive coordinator and Kellen Moore. We'll see how that works out and stuff like that. Honestly, can he help Jalen Hurts to maximize his potential, particularly in the passing game? Saquon Barkley being an Eagle, how does that feel? Just having Saquon in the backfield for you guys now. All right, so Carolina down 17-0. They opt to run the ball. And Jaden Sheridan, he's going to pick up 2 yards on a carry. He's got two carries for 4 yards. And there it is. Oh man, 80's coming through with the super chat. Appreciate you. Wow. And he said, what did you think of that list of the players made of the best players? And so, man, I'll tell you what, a couple names that made that list that seeing Patrick Mahomes at number 4 and stuff like that, that was just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What more does he have to do to get respect amongst his peers to be the number one? I mean, it's a given, Super Bowl champion, all the MVPs, he should have been number one. But if they're gonna say that they went off of last year alone, the fact that Aaron Rodgers made that, I'm like, come on now, come on, come on. And let's see. 80 says, I don't follow preseason. I just pray the birds do right. And so I definitely hear you. I definitely hear you. I do. I'm hoping that, AJ Brown goes out there and rebuilds that chemistry that they had. It's going to be nice to see Devontae Smith come out there for another year as he'll only be better. So for Jalen Hurts, he just got to go out there. You've got Saquon, so now defenses, they got to worry about Saquon as well. So the weapons are there. It's just Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore. And he says, I agree. Pat should have been number one. And so, yes, he should have been. I was shocked. And for him to be number 4, like it wasn't even like top 2. Number 4, they would have never done that to Tom. Tom would have shut down that whole operation. Meanwhile, Milton, I mean, I gotta say, Milton's just been amazing here. But Carolina right now with the football down 17. And for Lewis' sakes, he needs another touchdown to happen in this game. So hopefully it comes from my Patriots. But with 7 minutes and 43 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter and stuff like that. I mean, Carolina, if they keep this up, I'm telling you, they're gonna change their mojo from keep pounding to keep punting because that's all they're doing. Throws it to the tight end, and the tight end picks up a yard there. And right now they've got Luton quarterbacking. So if you've been paying attention, Jack Plummer, the son of Jake Plummer, has been quarterbacking for the Carolina Panthers this entire game for the most part up until the fourth quarter and stuff like that. He was 11 of 21 for 86 yards passing. His night is done. And yeah, he was unable to get any points for them. But you got to remember, no Bryce Young today. Also, no Andy Dalton today for the Carolina Panthers. But now, faced with a 4th and 1, do they really want these problems to go for it on 4th and 1 and to get stopped? Do they really want these problems? And for the Patriots, I mean, fresh off of being embarrassed again, where another receiver says, I'd rather take at least 7 million less to sign with another team who's not even going to take me to the Super Bowl and stuff like that than to come play for you guys for 32 million a year over 4 years. I mean, what a slap in the face. What a slap in the face. I'm not going to lie. I felt secondhand embarrassment from that. I'd rather we just just try through free agency. Guys don't want to come here. Like they just don't want to come here. 4th and 1 and gets the completion and a first down there by Devin Tompkins there. His first catch of the game for 5 yards there for the Carolina Panthers, number 12. Fresh new set of downs to work with. 6 minutes and 20 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. Again, Patriots up 17-0. Let's see. 80 says, I'm worried about Saquon Barkley. The last time we took an all-pro running back from the NFC East was DeMarco Murray, and it didn't work out. I mean, but hey, DeMarco came from the Cowboys, to be fair, and I know how you feel about them Cowboys and stuff like that. But I mean, realistic expectations for me for Saquon would be rushing for 1,000 yards. When it comes to like touchdowns, about 8 or 9 touchdowns, on the ground. And then you throw in a couple more receiving as well as he will help out with that. But ultimately, it's just going to help make life easier so Jalen Hurts doesn't have to worry about running so much, and defenses can pay more attention to him so that way Jalen can hopefully at this point be able to throw the ball to AJ Brown with more consistency, as towards the end of last year he really just went down. And so another super chat here. And so 80 says, you apologize to Baker. Will Spencer Rattler be next? I heard he's doing good in camp. And so I'm glad you pointed that out right there, 80s. Yes, JB did get in front of the camera, and I apologize to Baker Mayfield last season and stuff like that. My beef with Baker is squashed and stuff like that. I've got no further beef with Baker and stuff like that in terms of, in this league and stuff like that. I just hate my beef with him came because I felt like in Cleveland, he held that team back because he tried to play through an injury and stuff like that, and he wasn't ready, and he should have sat that one out because he just looked terrible. And then he didn't look good with OBJ and stuff like that. It just wasn't a good look. But I'm happy that he rebounded. As for Spencer Rattler, I am rooting for him. I want him to take over that job for the Saints because I feel like he's got the skills, and he's been humbled already when he lost his job and all like that back, like a couple years ago to Caleb. So he's been humbled already. He's been humbled already. So we like a good comeback story. That's what it means to be an American, to have a comeback story. So I hope that he goes out there and when he gets an opportunity, and I feel like he will, take advantage because I feel like he played great at South Carolina. He did. So yeah, so my beef with him, I'm ready to squash it. If he's ready to squash it, I'm ready to squash it. So yes, so he could very well be next, and I'm looking forward to seeing him in preseason as well. And let's see, you say rooting for him. You say, what about the nickname you made for him? Did you forget? Hey, what can I say about good old Spence? What can I say? What can I say? It's one thing in college, but we all got to graduate and stuff like that. The kid, he's got some talent. Meanwhile, Carolina, they are moving the football. So picking up first downs. We got just over 3 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Patriots up against 17-0. All right, you said you like him, and so bet. I mean, I feel like towards the end of his time in South Carolina, I started to appreciate his skill set more, but I hated him in Oklahoma. Absolutely hated him in Oklahoma. All right, so they throw this one short to Johnson, who's going to pick up about 2, maybe 3 yards there with that catch. Again, about 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. They can take this one all the way to the 2 minute warning. Let's see, 80 says, got to go to bed. See you next time, buddy. And so appreciate that, 80s. And yes, the next time that JB will be streaming is going to be Saturday, where we have the Raiders and Vikings in that preseason matchup, in which both teams are really going to be looking to try to figure out which quarterback's going to win their quarterback competition. Can Gardner Minshew take it from Aiden O'Connell for the Raiders? Will Sam Darnold really be quarterback one? Really? Meanwhile, is that an interception? Come on, ref. Come on, ref. But yeah, good night to your 80s and see you next time. Lenny says good. He has a good quarterback. And so, yes, yes, he's a good quarterback. Yes. Oh man, that's an interception. I get that he bobbled that one, but I did not see it touch the ground. And I need to maybe see another replay there. But and trying to not let the Patriot fan in me take over my decision making here. But I mean, based upon that, that looks like an interception to me. So I say that should be an interception. I hate the fact that he just blew the play dead. Should have let him go ahead and finish the play out first. And Carolina's probably kicking themselves right now for not waiting for the 2 minute warning first. All right, so from that angle, and let me see it one more time. All right, tips it to himself, has it in his hand, ball up on hand up under the ball. That's the interception. That's an interception. That is an interception. Again, this was a team challenge here, so New England initiated the challenge. And again, we've got 12 votes right now. We are tied, so we're going to need someone to go out here and break this tie for us and let us know who's going to win more games this season, unless we're thinking that it's going to end up both having the same record, which I hope not. I hope the Patriots would win more. Let's see. Lane says, "Are you going to be streaming any games Saturday?" And so, yes, Saturday I'm going to be streaming the Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Minnesota Vikings. That is JB's next stream. I've got that one set up already. But yes, that's going to be I think like 4 p.m. Eastern time. So yeah, the Raiders and the Vikings, in which both teams, anytime there's a preseason matchup and both teams have a quarterback competition to where they're trying to figure out starters, second string, third strings, all of that, that means we're going to get a lot of, hopefully a lot of good football when it comes to just being competitive and stuff, guys that actually are exciting to watch. So I'm looking forward to it because this is very important. Very important. Laney says, what time is the game? And so, yeah, 4 p.m. Eastern time. 4 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday. That is JB's next stream. Again, 4 p.m. Eastern time. All right, so here we go. So the referee just not a fan of the Patriots, obviously, but 3rd and 7. Luton throws it, and it is. Oh, he dropped it. He dropped it like a bee stung him on the hand right there. How do you drop it like that? I have no idea. Maybe he jammed the finger. Maybe he jammed the nail. I don't know. But what I do know is that he should have caught that ball. And so now, with under 2 minutes to go, remaining in this one, Carolina with the football, 4th and 7 from the Patriots' 23-yard line. Again, this drive, 12 plays, 43 yards, and over 7 minutes off the clock. So they have been moving the ball now. They've been moving the ball. And so, can they come away with some points here? I mean, obviously, that's what you want, something positive to point to and say, hey, like this is what we did. This is what we did. And again, we are right now currently at the commercial here. But yes, I seen some good things that I did like from the Patriots in this one. Particularly some of the younger receivers who did get their opportunities to go out there and play. Especially Kayshawn Bote. He looked good out there. And then in the second half, you had Baker as well. He looked good. So happy about that. And let's see, RC says JBP. But I say, do I have my own trophy now? Like instead of the MVP, it's like the JVP now. You said JB said Patriots heading for a Lombardi. Now I didn't say that. Now I guarantee if I had said that now, then maybe I need to investigate what's in these water bottles and stuff like that. But Nah, that is not the case. That is not the case. As much as I want it to be the case, it ain't the case. But I wish it was the case. Believe me. Good old Matthew Slater. It's good to see Matthew Slater on the sideline. I mean, all that he's done for us, throughout his time on special teams and stuff like that. I mean, he held it down. He held it down. So definitely someone who can give some great advice, and happy for him in his retirement. So Carolina's going to opt to go for the field goal here and take the 3 points. Let's see if they can convert though. 41 yards out. Kick is on the way. And a kick right down the middle. It is good. And that's going to give Carolina their first points of the game with a minute and 54 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. And the Patriots currently right now up 17-3. Let's see. RC says how much time is left? Yeah, we have 1 minute and 54 seconds left to go here in the game. 1 minute, 54 seconds left, which means got to alert the other team. You're going to do the onside kick and stuff like that. And let's see what they do with that. Oh, yeah, this special teams coach, he's fired up right now. And let's see. RC says Carolina is done, but they've been done. He's like, this ain't nothing new. I guess with it being preseason, the regular kickoff there makes sense. Okay. All right, so Patriots will take over from their own 26-yard line. And that was David Wallace there, number 30, who returned that kick for 24 yards. Again, he's been returning punts and kickoffs, trying to make the roster that way. And a crowded receiving room right now for the New England Patriots. I mean, I believe they got like upwards somewhere between 10 to 12, uh, about 10 to 12 right now in terms of players. And right now, Patriots are about to line up in the victory formation. So Milroe's going to go out there and take a couple knees to milk this one. The final score being Patriots 17, Carolina 3. Let's see, RC says, is it me or did this second half move faster than the first half? Second half did move faster than the first half simply because, one, I feel like JB's commentation took it to another level, but really more completions, when both Milroe and Zappe in the second half, more completions and stuff. And then just running the ball. Carolina was on a drive in which they took off like 7 minutes off the clock for that field goal last time out there. So, yeah, like they just sustained longer drives in that second half, so it did go by faster. Let's see. RC says, I appreciate the preseason. I mean, play season coverage. Play season. I like it. I like it. Yes. And so one more knee, and the Patriots will come out victorious here in the preseason. 17-3 over the Carolina Panthers. But once again, I mean, Carolina, they didn't show Bryce Young. They didn't have, Andy Dalton. But for the Patriots, Brissett, one drive. Drake May got in there for one drive. But who stole the show? Joe Milton. Who got a strong evaluation? Bailey Zappe. And I'm here to let anybody know, if you're looking for a quarterback, trade for my guy Bailey Zappe here. We'll work something out. If you want him, you'll get him. Believe JB when it comes to that. Let's see, RC says, no stopping the clock at all. Just keep the clock going. Or as Carolina fans would say, keep the clock pounding, I guess. We'll end the poll there as a tie. But, hey, it's been great. Remember, JB's next stream is going to be Saturday and stuff like that. And it's going to be 4 p.m. Eastern time. It is the Raiders and Vikings. Raiders and Vikings in that one. That's going to be a good one simply because both teams, it means something to help them determine who their starting quarterback is going to be and stuff like that for this upcoming season, which is very important. So that's going to actually mean a lot more for those teams. So I'm looking forward to it. But it's been great. Still got work tomorrow, but thank you guys so much for coming through and being with your boy here on a Thursday night. And I hope that everybody has a great end to the week. And JB's looking forward to seeing you guys next time. And make sure I don't have any unread comments here. And so RC says, okay, JB, appreciate you. Holla, holla, bro. And so, yes, appreciate you, my guy. And hey, hopefully next time I see you, hopefully you have the same name. But if not, JB will recognize whatever name you put out there.